dragons with Boon's bounty.
That sounded so exciting.
Could you try to sound a little bit more excited?
Yeah.
No, never.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Good. I'm glad everybody's
You're
ready.
really setting the mood.
What's coming here? So we are just going to pick up directly where we left off last time. One day I'm gonna pick us up like the next in-game day just to throw everybody off, but now we're doing where we left off last time. You guys, having gone fishing for monsters, woke up the veritable nest of undead that has infested the underground of Barovia. Making a run for it due to the sheer amount of undead that began to chase you, Kess collapsed a tunnel behind the group as they took a few moments to gather their wits before trying to rush their way through a bunch of ghouls that began to assault them from within the walls. An echoing howl followed behind them, a massive skeleton-like snake creature bursting through the collapsed tunnel. Instead of running, the group engaged this monster, taking it down and buying themselves time to actually catch their breath and make their way further down the tunnels unharassed. And they were able to make their way down until they came upon a creepy sight. An individual robed in dark, almost black robes, standing on the opposite end of a cavern with a pale, porcelain-like mask, watching them curiously, head tilting from side to side. It was relatively passive with the group, and approaching it, it didn't respond to them in any way, eventually just leaving them, but it left behind a note of some sort with an indecipherable language scribed into the ground. Copying it down quickly, the group then moved on. Walking for a little while longer, the group finally came to what appeared to be a civilization of some sort. Within a deep bowl, almost like a valley carved into this underground cavern, was a small village of sorts, with life in it. Walking down the slope, they soon entered this town, finding it to be nearly abandoned, with some humans still about milling around. They were approached by some hapless individual, or rather they approached them, trying to ask questions, and this individual was very not responsive. He took them to meet the one individual that seemed to have some personality left to him, a man by the name of John. A man from Clive's old village, the village that was ransacked by a vampire by the name of Victor Harkin, the one that they have come to Barovia to enact revenge upon. John detailed the fact that this is a village overseen by Lord Harkin, supposedly the only village of mankind remaining within Barovia. In exchange for his protection, the group has to sacrifice an individual every so often. Scouting out the town, Kess did find that this seemed to be true, and this village was slowly dwindling in numbers, having once been much more populated than it was, as easily noted by the sheer number of abandoned homes on the outskirts of the village. The group caught some rest, talking to one another briefly before sleeping off their injuries and just trying to get better after the awful day they had prior. Waking, John helped them break their fast and then said that he would like to take them to a woman in the town by the name of Agatha. And we are picking up there, with you guys all following behind John. He's leading you without turning to say much. Are you guys just kind of quietly following?
Navari is. She's looking around though.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, but not too.
As you guys walk through these darkened streets that are lit only by this flickering orange glow of lanterns that are put up on posts across the half-cobbled street, it's all but impossible to not notice that there is a distinct lack of people. This was clearly a town that was meant for more people, as the number of empty houses and shops that you pass make abundantly clear. You do walk by the occasional person, walking with their head down, shoulders slumped up around their necks, wearing very plain clothes that don't look really ragged. They look clean, but this individual looks ragged themselves. You continue to walk through the town. It's about a 15-minute walk through this town now.
Gotta get
Before
some vitamin D in these bitches.
John brings you to a home that looks like any other home, except there is a light coming from around the silhouette of the door frame. It's like the door doesn't 100% fit. He turns to look at you guys and motions, and this is Agatha's house. She'll be seeing you, and just be kind to the old lady, yeah? And he goes and knocks on the door, steady little rhythm, and it moves a little bit before opening. And you see standing there an old woman. She definitely looks like age has taken its toll on her. Despite the fact that she's leaning over with an obvious hunch, traces of what was probably a rather powerful frame, a strong person, she has the bearing of this still. And she looks at your group and smiles, and despite the fact that this smile is on this craggy, broken face, it's a smile of someone that's used to trying to bring joy to the joyless. And she looks to John and... Hold on. Looks to John and... Did you bring me a visit? And he just tilts his head and motions to you guys and then steps out of the way without another word. And Agatha looks at you and... Well, why don't you come in then? And she turns around and hobbles back into her home. You guys just gonna follow?
Yep, amble on in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, make sure she ducks under the door frame.
Yeah, Cass, you do have to duck. Not much, but a little bit.
Sybil comes in last and politely closes the door behind her. Also, she's still sad and desaturated.
Okay. The inside of the home is indeed... It is lit by the same orange embers that are within each of the lanterns outside. And it looks like it is somewhat like John's home, where there's probably a few rooms down a small hallway off to the side, but there's one room in the front of the house where it's a kitchen, a sitting room with a fireplace and a stove. And she gestures to 3 chairs. And just... Go, take a seat, take a seat. Old Agatha's got things to ask. And she just turns to look at you guys.
Clive takes a seat.
Navari sits on the floor.
Maria stands in a corner.
I imagine that she has to go, like, move and find a corner to go.
Yes, of course. She
Wait, there's not enough seats for everyone, right?
The real question
No.
is she looking out into the room or is she staring
That's
at the corner?
exactly what I was gonna say. She like walks towards the corner, faces it for about 5 seconds, and then thinks, "No, I had better not," and turns around.
Yes, there are not enough seats for everybody.
I just imagine there just being a thud as she manually rotates, like,
like an old clock tower. Yeah.
Sybil stands and she tries to figure out what to do with her hands, and that's always uncomfortable in any situation.
Cass hovers near the hearth and waits.
She looms
Yeah.
as she
As she does.
Is Menno taking a seat? I didn't. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Well, since nobody else seems to be taking a seat, she'll take a seat.
the party
Okay.
is comprised of I have to stand in the corner people.
Sybil isn't
Yes.
standing in the corner, okay? She's just standing.
Maria feels like she's too tall for this place. She's trying to be out of the way.
Rory's
Agatha
sitting on the floor, so.
Agatha hobbles over to a chair, seemingly not surprised that one was left for her. And she too has to manually turn. Seems that her hips don't really work too well. And she sits down with a thud and a well, hello, I'm Agatha.
Pleasure. Name's Clive.
Hi, I'm Navori.
Salutations, I am Minnow.
Salutations.
Don't make fun of her.
Agatha kind of smiles very wide at you when you salutate her.
I don't like that. Don't say that again.
Yeah.
Something about that I don't like.
Yeah.
Salutate.
Agatha turns to look at the rest of you guys.
Cass nods.
Agatha nods.
I'm Sybil. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Says Sybil a little stiffly because she's been having a bad day.
Oh.
I'm... She looks at the floor. Maria.
There's not much interesting on the floor, dearie. You should look up.
I was looking for my name.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's good. Names can be tricky to find, you know. Well, you aren't from around here, then. John
Okay,
told
that
me. Oh, well, it's the fact that you're smiling.
Clive's not smiling.
Sybil has not been smiling.
Yeah. Agatha kind of chuckles to herself. No, John told me you're not from around here, and, well, that about checks out. It would be bizarre to meet people from our little village or neighboring village these days.
There are neighboring villages then?
There used to be. It's why it would be bizarre to run into someone from them. You would probably be one of those undead creatures that Lord Harkin is supposed to be keeping out. It's good to hear that you're not from around here, then. Clearly you've not seen all the things we have. Where are you lot from, then?
Sigil, lately. The Adventurers Guild, specifically.
Well, I know what two of those words mean, not quite when they're put together, but this old woman can make a bit of an assumption, then. Out-of-towners from some sort of place where you go adventuring and get paid to do so. Fantastic.
It's a decent enough way to put it.
What brings you to Stonecross, then?
Cass looks at Clive.
Yeah,
no,
Navori
Maria
kind of.
too.
Everyone looks.
Everybody
Sorry,
looks at
Clive.
Clive feels put on the spot for a second before he just shrugs it. Well, I got a letter from someone here, don't know who, telling me to come to this place, Barovia, and found our way here and learned that the vampire that I've been hunting for a little over a year's taking up residence here.
Ah, that is.
That'd be the one Victor Harkin, the one, it's keeping all the ghouls out of this place.
Oh, yes, Lord Harkin. It's not surprising that he's being hunted. It's a bit of a shame, though. I suppose John's told you that we can't allow that to happen, then, yes? Not that we could, not that we could stop you, but it would be a shame.
Well, I'm hoping we can reach some kind of solution, but truth be told, I ain't leaving until I have his head on a platter.
That's fair. Not the first, not the last, I'm sure. Plenty have come here seeking vengeance on that old bat of a man.
Well, if you've heard John's story, then you've essentially heard mine.
Yeah, and we're like really good at deposing political figures.
If only he was political, dear.
I mean, he's got Lord in front of his name, right?
Ah, but politics implies there are peers. It's just him, as far as I know, and I've been around quite some time.
Sybil seems like she's about to ask how long, but then she realizes that's a rude thing to ask, so she just stays quiet and looks a little bit awkward.
Agatha smiles at you with 20 charisma.
Stop! We know that's not her stat.
Yeah,
So there ain't any other vampires around here?
Not in my 85 years. There are those that get turned, but as far as I know, there's not been a turning in near 100 years. Not good for the cattle, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine you'd want competition for that sort of thing, given the state of everything.
Yes.
So
Precisely
have all the
that.
vampires up top just been killing one another or something?
That's as far as I know. We don't hear much, considering it's just us down here. But yes, the history says that we were forced to flee underground while the upworld destroyed itself. I'm presuming that you didn't see much while you were up there, did you?
Not
No.
really.
I mean, there are a lot of weird ghouls and
Ghouls, yeah.
a
We've been seeing
weird
lots
giant
of ghouls.
skeleton centipede and a guy made of worms.
That
But
was
other than that,
underground.
oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, there wasn't really much of anything. Like, I even looked from way up high, and it was just nothing.
Well, a shame that the history books are true then, eh?
Yeah. Maurice says, like, she doesn't entirely know all of what happened, but it's not great.
Well, I suppose I should just get to the question that I think is the, vampire in the room.
Maria looks around.
It's a figure of speech, dear.
Mm.
What are you planning on doing here?
Getting you out of it?
Is that so?
Well, probably also killing the vampire, but ideally getting you out of it first.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing. We came here, right? We almost died. Now we're all kind of really awkward. And I think we all want to help, but we don't know how. But we also want to kill a vampire, so we've got a lot of conflicting goals. Because not dying is also on that list, just,
Mm.
I'm here to kill the vampire, but I also don't want all of your deaths on my conscience. Suppose I'm gonna have to find a way to do both.
I absolutely want to get all of you out of here if you would like to get out of here to a different place. Like, not in Barovia at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for the forcible displacement of people if they don't want to move, but
Yeah.
Clive really wants this vampire dead, so we kind of got to move everyone.
Also, this isn't a very sustainable place to live.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
you're
that's
right
you.
there. It's only been getting worse, and it's going to keep getting worse. Turns out people don't like to have children in these circumstances, despite
Yeah,
what Lord
I
Harkin
blame him.
demands.
Ew.
Gross.
Well, you know, the herd must continue on.
Well, that's our stated purpose.
Wonderful.
Hey, I have a question. So apparently this guy's got wards all over, right? So that the things don't get in?
Hmm.
Alright, got 2 questions. 1, does it stop you guys from getting out?
No, we've some youngsters and various hunters that try to go beyond the borders, and well, those that do tend to not come back, but there are a few that have gone and returned. We aren't kept here by anything other than fear.
Alright, and 2, is there any sort of crystal or stone or rune that I can just, maybe have a look-see at?
Mm, not sure what you're getting at, really, but
Well, I mean, does he have it like around a perimeter, or is it just kind of coming from his whole thing from within?
I cannot answer that, truly. I'm not privy to things like that. I don't think anyone in the village is.
Might have to look.
It's no problem. I'll just walk around until something falls in my lap, like I always do.
We could inspect the border as well.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Perhaps it's worth noting that he's not here right now.
Oh,
So it's probably not him.
where does he go?
He would never tell us.
That's fair.
Is there like a place he usually is though when he's here? Or does he just like wander around the town or whatever?
Oh, no, he's got a manor that he stays in. It's just up a hill, and well, he stays in a manor.
Man, let's go Goldilocks that shit while we still can then.
One is going to presume that breaking in would be bad for our health, but feel free to
Not
do
if-
as you will.
Not if one of us just waits.
Is it guarded? Does he keep staff?
I've never seen a guard, nor have I heard of staff.
Well, here's the thing, right? If he's got a huge freaking magical barrier around this whole place, and it's probably warded, there's probably like weird magic traps or something in the
Depends
actual manor.
on how paranoid he is about the people he keeps.
What if we just pick the barrier up and put it somewhere else?
No, as crazy as that is, might not be that bad of an idea if it's
Yeah,
possible.
what if we could just move it and then we move everyone to the portal while he's gone? That'd be fucking funny as hell. And then we come back and we're like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, I was wondering if there would be a way to like get the portal here or make a portal here somewhere. Because
I
I
mean, we
don't
got
know.
my thingy, right? And she picked and she takes out the coin.
Wait, that's not a portal, is it?
Yeah, but it's an anchor.
Devori just she has that like there's math going on in her head look. Yeah. Okay.
The neighbor's dog is just.
Very upset.
Are you blowing
Listen.
the dog whistle?
No.
No. Listen, what I'm saying is it's a through line. It connects us to Sigil technically by temporal standards. Anyway, we I mean, does anyone else have any relevant questions about this place? Because I sure don't.
I don't know. Like, wasn't something mentioned about stories? Like, on the one hand, we don't really know much. On the other hand, do we need to? Like, we just want to get everyone out of here if they want to get out, right?
Do you think the rest of the populace would be amenable to leaving, Agatha?
I don't think they would care. So
Hmm.
yes, I think they would be amenable. They don't know that there can be, well, anything outside. It's typically the kids.
Hmm.
But the adults have accepted their lot and, well, I'm sure they would take to change quite unkindly, but better than this, don't you agree?
They're probably also used to being led.
Yes, it's fortunate that we've got John to take care of that.
Hmm.
This old woman was getting a bit tired for that role. Now, what did you mention about stories, dearie?
Oh, I don't know. Just, I remember John saying something that, like, you had some stories for us or something.
Well, there are stories about freedom, of course.
Oh.
Oh, there's the typical bunk about promised lands and beyond the great mountains is freedom. But quite frankly, I believe that's about dying.
Ugh. It's not a very good sort of freedom, is it?
Not necessarily, no.
Kess makes a non-committal noise.
Hmm. Well, hopefully we can find a different sort of freedom for all of you that isn't about dying. It's
That would be
ultimately a lot
nice.
better than here.
And ultimately, we're all going to be dead soon anyway.
And the universe doesn't care, so let's have fun.
This point, you guys hear a knocking at the door, and John opens and peeks his head in, and all right, Agatha, everything's good? And she just nods, and is everything all right, John? Yeah, some kids got out, and I'm gonna go round them up with the men. We should be back soon.
Y'all needed a hand?
Kids got out?
Yeah. Little Joseph and his crew of friends got a little restless and apparently bounded out of the boundaries, so we're a little worried, but hoping that they realize the error of their ways and have come back already.
Do you want any help?
I mean, I ain't gonna say no.
Mari, I'll go with.
Yeah. That's probably for the best, considering all those things that were chasing us before. If they're still coming out of the walls, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, she also wants a look at the boundary again, honestly.
Yeah, so does Sybil.
Okay, is everyone gonna go then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kess will go reluctantly.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Sybil's not thrilled, but she's gonna go.
Okay.
Minnow is super about saving some kids.
Agatha just
Clive feels at least somewhat personally responsible for this entire situation, so he's gonna go.
Agatha just nods and, well, I'll be here. Not going anywhere. And if you look east, you'll be able to see Lord Hawkins' manor. It's quite noticeable if you know what you're looking for.
Hmm.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to get a view of that place.
Hmm.
John just nods and, right, come on, you lot. Let's get moving before they get too far. And he holds the door open for you guys to head on out.
Alright.
Yeah, Navari gets up and she sort of salute nods to Agatha and goes out the door.
Minnow thanks them both, but she's like heading out the door and thanking John. There's like a small habitual curtsy to a man holding the door open
Okay.
on her way out.
Maria just stumps out the same way she came in.
John has a sword slung over his shoulder now, and you see that there's there are three other men with him. They look like the other humans around here, but like they've had their spirits lifted by having a purpose of some sort. They're wearing similar leather armor as John is. Their swords are rather rusted looking, but they hold them with confidence. John just nods and, come on, boys. These lot are gonna help us round up the kids. And you guys start heading out. And to the east, now that you know to look, you see looming over a rather large building, ostentatious. Clearly the manner of someone that is used to decadence.
How's the repair on it look? Or can't we tell from this distance?
You can totally try and make a perception check.
Hell yeah. What is my perception? +1.
First roll.
No stones like Mario.
She's evaluating those cousins distantly.
Okay. You're about a half mile away, which isn't that far, all things considered, with how large and ostentatious this building is. Excuse me. There are like torches dotting the outside, and in the light of those torches, you are able to see that the stone looks cracked and worn away. It's not super well kept.
Okay.
Navari still scrunches up her face at this ostentatiousness.
Sybil
Just
leans
like,
down and whispers to Navori, I really want to break into the manor and just like have a nap in his bed because I think it would be a big dick move.
I mean, I'm down for breaking into the manor, but napping in the bed sounds grimy to me. Like,
He
I don't
probably
care
washes
about
his
him. I
sheets.
just yeah.
Well,
I don't think vampires sweat or like ejaculate, so
don't
it's
they
fine.
sleep in coffins anyway?
Do they mold?
This is
John-
a lot of questions all at the same
John,
time.
John looks over his shoulder as you guys are walking and gives you guys a rather wary look.
She was whispering at least the breaking in part, but you definitely heard I don't think vampires ejaculate.
Yeah. There are some things that you can't whisper quiet enough to not draw attention.
It's like the penis.
And that's one of those things.
Yeah.
And Navari just kind of gives Sybil this. Ew.
Guys, do vampires nut blood?
If a vampire ejaculates in Barovia, does it make a sound?
John looks at you, Clive.
That was out of character.
Yeah, he still looks at you, Clive, with an eyebrow raised.
Clive just shrugged. About a week ago, most of them didn't even know what a vampire was.
Oh, good. If only life could be that simple.
Hey, I've read Stephanie Rice books about vampires. I don't think it's 100% accurate, but I knew.
I'm gonna put you in jail personally.
I read something that had a vampire in it, but it was like what was his name again? I don't even freaking remember. There's like straw something.
Straw.
Yeah.
Lestrat.
We ain't got no straw down here, sadly.
No, I mean like that was the vampire's name.
Oh, well. Eh, you know.
Eh. Nori shrugs. She's like, I don't know either.
John looks away and goes back to focusing on the road ahead of him, and he's leading you guys southward, which is opposite the direction you came.
Wait, are we out the border?
Yeah, you've been walking down the
Oh.
street.
I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Walking. What? Wait, are we at the border or
No.
towards?
You're walking through the town still.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to get a look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you were walking, you guys stopped to kind of take a look at the manor, which is, again, now that you know to look for it, it's hard to miss. Before, there was really no reason to look over there, and it doesn't catch the eye so much as it keeps the eye. But you guys continue walking. Is there anything you'd like to continue doing as you walk? Okay.
No.
About 30 minutes, about half an hour passes. It's hard to tell given the lack of any kind of natural light down here. But eventually, the group of the three men, John, and you guys, are heading past these empty, broken houses where, I mean, there's not much nature here to reclaim it, but they're dusty. The road out here is not very well traveled. There are the clear outline of footprints every once in a while, but it's a lot. Like, people run past here all the time. As you're walking out of the town now, past these dead, broken houses, you do see some fields with individuals out clearly farming things, though what they're working seem small and pretty meager.
Mushrooms.
I mean, sure, there might be some mushrooms.
Yeah, fungus farming.
Yeah. Why do you
Delicious.
think these people are,
Valid
protein.
protein.
Placid? They're all just really high all the time.
My God.
I
didn't
mean,
think
you
they
know
were
what?
hallucinogenic, but
Given their
Maybe-
current
listen,
life, I can't blame them.
maybe that's what the vampire likes.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, we just call that seasoning.
Jesus.
But then another 20 minutes to half an hour pass as you guys wind your way through an empty field now. And by empty field, I mean you're just walking down an obviously beaten path that's beaten into mud and old dirt. In front of you is a hill heading upwards to an obvious cave in the side of the, I guess, underground tunnels, another tunnel starting up. Occasionally there are torches along this path, making it so that you can see. But once you go too far out, it's getting more and more difficult to see. And John just looks at you guys and apologize about the darkness. It's we don't really light these paths too much since we don't like people coming this way. There ain't much down here these days.
Makes sense to me.
Yes. Does not cast light on herself, but she just pull a torch out of her bag.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kess has a child.
Mario will
I just
also
got-
put a torch out.
I discovered that Kess also has like 13 torches, so
Yeah,
They're
I mean, you
broods
guys.
of children.
Gross.
Torch brood.
So eventually you come up
it's like a
to
Dark Souls boss.
It does.
Yeah.
The brood of torches.
that's a Bloodborne boss more than anything else, I think.
Yeah.
You guys come to the,
basically, Yarnum. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, kind of.
Shit.
You guys are walking and you do reach the bottom of this hill where you start walking upwards, and it's not too steep of a slope, and there are cobblestones placed here and there, and it's only through the light of Kessa's torch and some of the other men. They've cracked open children as well and are holding them up to light the path.
Cracked open a young one.
Yeah.
Cooking younglings.
Hot-blooded.
And every so often, John kneels down to look at the dirt, and you see an obvious frown as he stands up. And oh boy, all right.
Well,
Kess looks to see what he's seeing.
yeah, Navori does too. 'Cause she's curious.
Can I roll survival to track?
Of course you can.
Hell yeah. Her survival is actually better than any of her other perception.
Weird.
Well, not when I roll a 5, but
Can Navori's looking too. Does she roll that as well, or?
Yeah, you would roll survival,
Okay.
considering your experiences.
Heck. I didn't open this one thing.
Kess, you do see that there are a lot of boot imprints in the dirt here.
are they like the same ones we've been following? Have they been joined?
They've been joined.
Okay.
Oh.
That much is easy to see. Navori, you glean the same thing from this, that, you know, instead of individual butt prints, wow, Max.
Wow.
Instead of
Prints in the dirt.
instead of individual boot prints, it looks like several people have come through. It's difficult to tell how long it's been, but people have been coming up here.
Okay, but do they look bigger since Navori knows they're looking for kids? Do they look about the same size or do they look bigger?
It's difficult to tell the actual size of each footprint, considering it's several in like
Okay.
one spot.
All right. Yeah, Navori's like squinting and she kind of looks at Cass, just like,
Kess. Looks like Kess.
Yeah. She wasn't really expecting a reaction. In her head, there's a reaction, and that's all.
Alright, boys, we're gonna have to fan out a little bit. Hoping they didn't walk too far past the wall there. And as you guys are...
Sorry, Kess is gonna hand over her torch to either Clive or Minnow, who she knows can't see in the dark.
Clive will take a torch.
Okay.
You guys start heading up until you reach the lip of the valley, where it flattens out and leads into the cavernous opening of a tunnel in front of you. It's about 50 feet high, and just this massive circle, like something blasted a precise hole. There's no jagged edges to it. And the other men grab torches from one another and then spread out along here, looking, and it's through their torchlight that you're able to see there are small pockmarks in the wall, but nothing deep that looks like it actually extends much farther in. And they're sticking their torches into some of these pockmarks, looking around, bending down to look at the ground. And slowly the torches get farther away until it's difficult to make out many details with them. And John is sitting there, his torch raised, looking into the tunnel. Hope those kids didn't go out here.
Kess
Do you
looks
have-
at him, and then she starts advancing into the tunnel because fuck it.
Navori's like, do you have anything of theirs?
I mean, not on me. There's been some footprints that led us up here, and well, I ain't too
Navori
keen.
looks over at Clive. It's like, you think Boon can track them?
If he can get a whiff of their scent, it's possible. And Clive looks over to Boone. What do you say, boy? Think you can find anything?
Boon barks, and it echoes. But Boon barks and wags his tail slowly, like he's asking for permission.
Hang on, let me pull up his goddamn thing. Because I always forget to open.
And Kess, as you advance, John, don't.
Kess pauses and like turns back to look at him imperious.
It's a bit of a superstition that, man, the upstairs dog is really upset.
Yeah, I can
Wow,
hear
what the
that.
fuck is up?
There's
Kess,
probably someone in there that he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
if a look could say that someone was not superstitious, that would be written all over the face that he can't see. So
Okay.
instead, she's gonna kneel down and she's gonna like check the dust on the end of the cave, and she's gonna look for more footprints. And
Okay. Roll survival, Clive. Boon makes a show of sniffing his nose to the ground, then looks up at you and wags his tail like you recognize his body language that he's found something.
And Clyde gestures for him to go track it.
Without a second thought, Boon heads into this tunnel. Just trotting right by you, Kess.
what does
Well-
Kess see? Does she also see footprints?
Kess, now that you see Boone hopping past and you're taking time to inspect this, there are no more footprints save for a handful heading into this tunnel. So, yes, you see footprints.
She gives John a pointed look after the dog trots past her and continues.
Right, all right. It's clear these kids went out past the thing, didn't they? Shit. All right, well,
I suggest you rally your men. They're wasting their time, and you're split up.
I mean, yeah, I'll go get them. Y'all gonna go out then?
I think so. There's fucking things out there. We should probably get to them as soon as possible.
We'd like
Indeed,
to
without
keep the
question.
population as high as possible, yes?
Yeah, all right. I ain't gonna stop y'all, but I'll thank y'all in advance and just don't die out there.
Well, I don't have any plan to.
No promises.
We will do our best.
And I guess one more thing, and it's if you get bit by anything out there, just be careful.
Hmm.
We've seen some shit.
Infective?
That's cryptic.
That's a word for it. We've seen some man get bit, and a few days later they start biting people too.
Hmm. Understood.
Oh,
Good thing I'm immune to disease.
Excuse me?
Yeah, shame the rest of us aren't. Huh?
Wow, Cass, I wish that were me.
I mean, I could heal it, so whatever.
Hmm.
The principle of the thing, really.
If it is poisonous, I can also heal it.
Anyway, I suggest you and your men stay here in case the children come back.
Yeah, don't think too much about it. Cass is one on account.
All right.
Laurie
well-
starts going.
Yeah, Kess is gonna follow Boone.
Well, we'll be back. I gotta go follow my dog.
As you guys move into the tunnel, you do all feel like you're walking through a very thin membrane.
Gross.
Love that.
Yeah.
When that's happening, though, Navori's gonna sort of look around on the ground for anything, since Sybil mentioned, weird runes or whatever.
Can Mario try doing another Arcana
Yeah,
check
can I do an Arcana check
while
also?
she has a flashback?
Yes.
Cool.
And
So are we
Eivor,
all
you can
doing Arcana checks?
yeah, why not?
Oh
Wait,
boy.
am I allowed to do one?
Yeah.
Cool. Why don't I see a map?
Damn, that's higher than I thought.
You should see a picture.
I don't see a picture. My Firefox is acting weird, though. I might switch to Google Chrome, but
Yeah. Go ahead and
just
do
for
that.
now. Well, let me
Well-
make my roll first.
Okay, I was gonna say do that before something else needs to happen.
Ominous.
I mean,
10.
alright. Maria and Navori, you just passed through a shield of some sort.
Hmm.
Were there any
Um.
runes that could be seen on the ground?
I need you to make an investigation then.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that too. Let's see.
Investigation.
Hey, oh, that sucked.
Damn, a whole 7. That's more what I was expecting.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
It's difficult to make anything out really other than the ground because it is dirty.
Yeah, and they're just passing by it,
Yeah.
so they're not like really looking.
We
Yeah.
didn't get our jeweler's loop out, no.
The upstairs dog is super upset about something.
I know. It's like right above me.
Yeah. All right. You guys start heading down into the tunnels again. It is dark. Obviously so.
Maria's got a torch. Clive's got a torch.
Clive does have a torch.
Guess
Okay.
doesn't need a torch.
Yeah, Navori doesn't either. Oh boy, that's a sound.
Sybil would like a torch, please.
Oh,
Minnow
yes.
will relight.
She will.
Okay.
Mario will hand another one over and tell her, "This is Stefan Jr. I want you to remember what happened last time."
I mean, maybe, if you don't trust me with your kids,
I'm giving you a
don't
second
need
chance.
one. Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yes.
Alright.
Prove to me your worth.
What is that thing? Does anyone else fucking hear that?
Sybil
Huh?
sweats nervously as she holds the torch and thinks about its life that's now just implicitly in her hands.
Welcome to Maria's 24/7 thought process.
You guys all do hear things. As you're going through these tunnels, it sounds like you're going through a more active part of this area. There are the distant howls of some kind of beasts, the persistent sound of the earth around you growling as if it's being burrowed into, or things hunting, the occasional yelp of pain.
I feel like I'm being digested,
Ew.
you know?
I don't like that. Navori's absolutely looking around for anything moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Following Boon and looking around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you guys are going, it's pretty featureless. This is like the prior tunnels you were walking through, though the walls around here also seem more porous. Every so often, a bit of dirt just kind of falls out of the wall with a somewhat quiet clattering sound as dirt crumbles, hitting the ground.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Jesus, the dog is just fucking going wild.
Cass
So-
is gonna continue tracking.
Yeah.
Okay. With Boon leading the way, he's pretty firmly on this scent, it seems. Every so often he has to put his nose back to the ground, but looks back up and is quickly moving. You guys come to one cross, almost like it was once a crossroads. There's something carved into the wall.
What is it?
It looks like words.
Wow.
If you'd like to investigate, you may.
Sure.
All right.
How high up is it, out of curiosity?
Oh, it's
They're
about
sure
height.
words.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kess, they are certainly words, and they are certainly in common, but it's difficult to actually make it out with how much it's kind of been falling away. It's clear that this was chiseled into rock that has slowly been brushed up against by several things over the years.
Maybe if I bring a
Those are-
torch
Yeah.
over
How
there.
high is it?
There's
Can
some
Navori
worlds over
see?
there.
Yeah, you guys can all see without like having to jump or anything. It's all
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it was eye
It's-
height for Cass, you know.
I mean, Navor, you have to look up a little bit,
Okay.
but yeah.
But she wants to try and see what it is too. She might. If it's close enough that she can get like right up to it, she'll try. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Was that Cass pointing out that there are words on the
There's,
wall?
yeah, absolutely. There are words there.
There are words there. Okay, well, Minnow would investigate too.
Okay.
Do we roll investigation?
Yes.
Alrighty, here we go. Whole 12.
7.
The street kid can
She
read the
can't
best,
read.
guys.
Yeah. You see that Navori and Minnow, you're right there with Kess, where this is common but worn away.
Mm-hmm.
Navori, you give it a solid squint and you see that it seems like it was a street sign of sorts. That much is obvious, and you see one is pointing, or it's pointing in a direction, and you can make out one of what looks like the piece of a word that says Haven.
Yeah, she's like, it's like a street sign, and one of the words is Haven. I don't know what the other one is.
Perhaps the nearest next
Is it
settlement.
pointing, like, forward, or is it pointing back the way they came?
It's pointing right down a path, not the
Okay.
way you came.
Alright. And she points, it's like, it's going that way. So maybe it's one of them other villages that are
Oh, which way is
full of
Boon?
undead now. Right.
Which way is
Good
Boon
thing we're
going?
not going that way, I guess.
Boon takes a moment and then goes right.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm guessing the kids are looking to scavenge. Yeah?
Maybe. Alright, I guess we're going to something Haven.
Mari will bring her torch over and give it a look and see if she can make out the first word, just out of curiosity.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, you see the first word is moon.
Moonhaven.
Cass. Never mind. It's fine.
Okay.
She looks like she almost has a moment, and then
I'll be right back.
That feel when you almost have a moment but you repress it.
You guys continue walking through these tunnels, following Boon down a path that briefly gets smaller, forcing you guys to all walk single file. And as you're walking through this, you see little alcoves carved out into the stone. Stopping to peek in once or twice, you see that there are like beds tucked away. It's like there is a small hole for you to wriggle into, and on the other side is a room where you see the remnants of like chairs, or beds in some cases.
Isn't that just like in the stone? Like there's a hole in the stone and then a room?
Yeah, there's like a small hole towards the ground that you'd have to get on your belly or just try and wiggle into, and on the other side is a more open, carved out room.
Cass is gonna use Divine Sense to see if there's anything lurking.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's cool.
There are
Is
weird-
Divine Sense undead?
Yep.
there are
Yeah.
Weird noises outside my window.
Oh, good.
That's ominous.
No, I think it was a raccoon
Oh,
Even
less
better.
ominous.
or a possum.
Cass, yeah, there's a shitload of undead around you.
Oh, good.
Love that.
You feel it mostly like above you and not necessarily to the sides where these carved in rooms are. Yeah.
Cass keeps that little nugget of information well to herself.
Yeah, hey guys, we're surrounded by undead. Maybe not pertinent right now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Cass
Need to worry.
does
man.
turn and she looks at Clive, and then she looks away. And
He's not-
perhaps that is an attempt at communicating something.
Clive stares at her for a second, but isn't entirely sure what the Kess is trying to convey, and just shrugs.
It's a hard language to learn, yeah.
Navori's looking on the ground in front of these things to see if there's like any. I don't know if the floor is just sheer rock. But if there's like dirt or whatever, she's looking for like marks that show someone recently went in there. Like maybe a kid wiggled into one of these spaces. I don't know. She's just
Okay.
kind of doing that even though they're following Boon.
Do a perception check.
Oh boy. 14.
Okay. There's dust along this path. Not like, it's road dust. And you see that there are trails where it's clear something has wriggled into these alcoves. It's difficult to tell what it was, though.
Okay.
And there are scratch marks all over the walls now. There's one or two of these alcoves as you pass, still in single file, that look like something tried to get in and tore open the hole as it was getting in.
Boy.
Like it had none of this getting flat on its stomach sort of thing. Soon enough, though, the tunnel expands back around you, letting you guys fan out a little bit more. You pass by those set of alcoves, and you don't see any more ahead of you. But in the distance, you do see what looks like a set of stairs going up. They are beaten, and in some places are chipped away, looking more like just smooth bits of like an uphill thing, but something is clearly going uphill. Do you guys follow it up?
Well, yeah, Boone's leading them up.
Yeah, after you dug
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Established
Boone-
it's gone that way.
Boone stops at the bottom, and trots on up. That's not.
Ivori's kind of passively looking for traps as they're going, just because of the last time. They
Who
almost
has
ran into
torches?
Maria has torch.
I think everyone but Kess and
Knave.
Knave.
Yeah, they don't need one.
Correct.
Okay, give me a second. to
Everyone
adjust
who
the
is
lightings.
fucking blind in the dark.
You're a beacon in the night.
Make sure everyone's got their torch equipped.
We
All right.
all need them glow stick.
You walk up these stairs, your footsteps echoing across stone as you do so. And soon enough, you find yourself emerging from these stairs in an area that is more paved or has stones just placed in a more intelligent way. And you find yourselves on a raised platform in what is clearly a larger room. 4 pillars on the various corners here. One of them looking completely toppled. The others disappear upwards into a ceiling that you have to lift your torch a little bit to see the ceiling of, and 2 of them reach the ceiling, and another one is just kind of shaved off a foot before it reaches the top of the cave. Looking around, you do see an outer ring, sort of like what you saw, Navori, when you guys were heading into the tunnels originally. It looks like it's about waist high and drops down onto another level.
Shit, we've entered the waist high shooter level.
Press X for cover.
Entered? What are you talking about, entered? You guys are currently free to move about as you will.
Ivori's still gonna look at Boone. Where's he going?
Yeah.
Boone has kind of seized up
Oh.
and is looking around like, oh shit.
Oh dear.
Ominous.
Clive, make another survival, or make another investigation for him.
Investigation or okay.
Actually, no, perception.
Let's say 'cause he has nothing in investigation.
Yeah, perception is what he is doing here.
Okay.
While nothing is happening, Sybil is going to manifest sword.
Okay.
Damn.
Well,
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
Boon takes a moment to orient himself, and he looks north, and then looks at you, Clive, and kind of reluctantly puts his head down and takes a few steps and looks back at you, Clive, and he wants to go that way, but at the same time is unsure of himself.
Does he want to go that way?
If you want to go that way, boy, that's fine. Just, if you see anything dangerous, get out of there quick.
Cass looks at Boone, then starts going north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arya
Navarre's
too.
following
Okay.
Kess.
Oh, look.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Stop.
Yeah.
You hear a wet masticating sound.
No. Don't like
And stopping, you see the pale form of a ghoul.
Ghoul.
On top of something and eating.
it.
Oh no.
You don't see what's under it. And you're hit by a wave of just disgusting stench, like rot.
Awesome.
This ghoul doesn't notice you right now. It seems a little focused on whatever it is eating.
Chowing down, isn't it?
Gonna notice Cass in a second when she
Boy.
hammers it in the face.
Alright, then everyone, I need to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This feels bad, Tamari. This feels
It-
bad in a familiar way.
No.
Damn.
Let's see.
The jocks are not ready.
No.
Speak for yourself. For once, Cass rolls above a 9 for initiative.
Clive, initiative.
Oh, did not go.
No.
That's
Blues is typing. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow. Hot diggity.
Alright, yeah,
Clive is
Clive,
always
Nave,
ready.
There's a reason why I chose the awareness feat.
Clive,
Shit.
Nave, Cass, Sybil, Maria Minnow.
Yep.
Okay. Clive, you're up.
All right. You're never gonna believe what Clive's gonna do.
You won't believe what happens next.
Surprise me.
Clickbait Clive.
Clive's gonna shoot it with his crossbow.
Oh, wow, I didn't see that
I
coming.
want Clive
Nope.
to name that crossbow clickbait.
Oh, I really like that actually. Damn.
Goodness.
First one hits. Second one misses. Okay.
Well, he shot it in like the foot.
Which what did you shoot at again?
The
The one that.
this one, the first one they saw.
Okay, the one that's eating something.
Yeah.
All right, you guys hear the telltale twang of Clive loosing two crossbow bolts. One hits the side of the wall with a quiet kink, and then the second one slides into the ghoul that looks up and hisses quite suddenly, clawing at the crossbow bolt now sticking out of its chest, and it looks back to you guys with milky white eyes and just hisses. And you hear the sound of two other hisses answering it. Okay. Nave.
Alright. Navari fucking hates this. But okay, alright. How high is this pillar thingy? This like broken off pillar thing? Can she climb up that?
It's about 30, or the broken one is about 15 feet. So
Okay.
yeah, you could climb it, because climbing's half your movement.
Alrighty. She's gonna climb up it. She's gonna see if just sort of looking, she can get a better view of what that ghoul might be eating.
Okay. Man, life just ain't the same without the snarling. I don't see a roll that went through.
Oh, you didn't ask for one. At least
Oh,
that I
yeah,
heard.
perception to see.
Okay. All right. Damn, she
Okay.
really wants to
Wow.
fucking see that
Wow.
thing.
But does she?
It is
I mean-
eating.
She
It's-
sees everything.
It is very clearly eating a pile of rotten something. It's definitely not a person.
Okay.
No, that's good.
Yeah, Navori's like, okay, he's not a kid.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Not killing every
That's-
kid I come across,
God,
guys.
you-
Jeez.
Listen,
I
you
mean,
did it to
they were-
Maria really
That-
early.
She was worried. Boone wanted to go that way. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was your action.
Yes,
So
you have a bonus.
I do.
Who is clipping their
she
nails?
is
Sorry.
going to.
I had a hangnail. I'm done.
Oh, it's fine.
It had to go. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Okay. The shield?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Bladed shield.
I personally would appreciate it if you have like a one thing, but that's just me.
No, that's fine.
Where are you putting it?
Let's see. What's the range on this? Oh, it's 60 feet. She's putting it right fucking up there with that ghoul, man. She's gonna
Okay.
smack it.
You guys see this ethereal shield shimmer into existence, and can you smack?
I think so. Let's see.
Let me make sure.
Since it's a bonus action, yeah, when you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within. Yeah, so.
That makes
there
sense.
we go. Spell attack is +6. 14.
That hits.
Sick. So then it's 1d8 plus. This is wisdom. Where is it? 3. A whole 8.
All right. The shield pulls back and just slams into the ghoul's face, and it makes a gurgling sound as it hits the ground, falling backwards. Ow! Fuck. It is the ghoul's turn, and it takes an anticipatory swipe at the shield, finding that its claws go through, so it moves away from that. 1, 2, 3. Cass, guess what? It saw you first.
That's sweet.
It bounds up all of this on all fours, dodging between rocks, then lunges at you, Cass. And it misses with its first attack, and then crits on its second.
Ooh.
So let's see. Where are they? I always lose these dice. Alright, you take 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Well,
Alright, this thing bounds up, leaping at you, Cass, swiping once, and you raise your shield and it bounces off, but then its second claw comes around and digs into your skin, and you feel your body lock up, and you are paralyzed.
Oof.
don't like that.
And it is your turn. And that is your turn. You can make the saving throw again to end it. So make another Constitution saving throw. Well, that was only a minor annoyance because you immediately break it off. But that took all of your strength, so you are left snarling at this thing now.
Yeah, fair.
Sybil.
Okay, well, Sybil's just gonna loose a spicy Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, roll 20 tells me what I need to hit now. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and remember, you can do 2.
27. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that
okay.
hits.
So do I just roll 2d10 plus 4? Just,
No.
instead of rolling them
You have
separate?
to make a separate roll to hit with the second beam.
Do I?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
each
do.
beam is a separate attack.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, do they both hit?
The second one was a D10.
That's a d10. So,
So we'll call that damage.
alright.
Is your Eldritch Blast a D10?
It is, but it's plus 4,
Okay,
so
we'll wipe
just
that then.
subtract some. Or you can just
We'll subtract 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
And then that hits as well.
Alright, next time
Okay.
I do that, it
Well,
will be far more streamlined.
Sybil, you shoot off 2 beams quickly from the tip of your sword, and they both pierce the ghoul and leave it dead.
Get wrecked.
There we go. All right. Well, that leaves this one to come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Clive, it saw you shoot off a crossbow bolt and attracted its attention. So, 15.
Does that hit? Hang on. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Okay, you take 9 points of piercing damage as this thing leaps up and digs its teeth into your thigh.
Yeah.
Rude.
Maria.
Shoot bangs. There's one.
Rudy Tooty.
Hit.
Well, there's 2.
Hit.
Okay. 6 and a 13.
Okay, Maria, you turn and you just, nah, fuck that, and just unload 2 shots into this thing, and you knock it off of Clive, leaving it a bleeding mess. It's still alive, though,
Okay.
or quote-unquote alive.
Still animate.
Yeah. A third one comes bounding out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It is out of reach, though. It just comes bounding out, snarling, but cannot reach you before Minnow. You are able to react to this thing.
Oh no. Good. Alright, well, not sure the technicalities of this, but she's gonna have to put down the torch to arm herself. Is that all in action, or?
I kind of presume that you guys have been proceeding, like, with your weapons half drawn and the torch held as well. So, no, I'm not going to make that take anything.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming your characters aren't just, yeah, whatever, we'll pull out my weapon when I need it.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's a paranoid lot.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Torch is gonna get a toss to her feet so she can do a full swing, Covenant strong, at the ghoul approaching her.
Okay.
18.
That's a hit.
26.
That's a crit.
Oh boy.
The jock's putting in work. Sorry, Cass.
One thing I will mention is Clive did drop his torch too because his crossbow requires 2 hits.
Okay, yeah.
Just got ahead.
We keep dropping these children.
Well, you picked them up.
Well,
Her
yeah.
babies.
Hold it between your teeth, Clive.
Yeah,
Give it to
yeah.
Boon. Let Boon have a torch.
Oh my god. It's a stick, but it glows in this.
Oh.
21.
Dog with fire. Dog with fire.
21. No, that's...
9. What's the crit?
Oh, yeah.
Double? Okay.
Yeah, the crit is double the dice. And you
Oh.
crit on the second hit.
Oh, so I roll again.
No, what we do is the first one's 9 and we double the 3 on the second hit.
Oh, okay.
So that's 6, so it's 9 and 9. You do 18 damage.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Minnow, before this thing can get too close, you just pap.
Alright, and that's all she's gonna be doing for now.
Alright, Clive.
Clive is gonna disengage backwards,
All right.
and Boon is also gonna come over. And Clive's gonna take a shot. Just one.
All right.
Well, okay then.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's okay, because instead of attacking twice, Boon's gonna.
All right. Yeah.
Let me just. I need to write down what all of his bonuses are. Well, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boon is
that-
on this.
It was
Yeah.
like a power
Boone
attack.
saw-
You took -5.
Boone did not appreciate seeing his. He is the old.
Angry.
You're cutting in and out, Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Boone's upset.
Angry dog.
Yeah, that was the gist.
Angry.
Boone saw Daddy getting bit, and he was like, "No, and I'm not
And
going to say that again."
The ghoul has to
Stop.
beat. The ghoul has to beat a DC 11 strength saving throw.
Call him Papa instead.
The ghoul fails.
The ghoul is dragged prone.
Yay.
All right. Boone comes forward and just grabs the by the back. Teeth sink in and drags the ghoul back and falls onto its back. Kind of flailing like a bug falling over. Knave.
Okay. Navaria's gonna get down from the thing. She's gonna, yeah. Let's see, how far could she go? Do. She's going over that way. And I think she can move one more. Yeah, she's sort of looking around and listening for anything else. She's still trying to make sure there aren't any kids over here that are fucking her. Is basically what she's doing.
All right, make a perception check.
Okay. Do perception. 14.
You don't hear or see any traces of child.
Okay. And for bonus action, this thing's moving over here and gonna try to beat that guy up.
Bonk.
Yeah.
I believe it has advantage.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Let me make sure. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. That hits.
9 damage.
Okay. Well, with this thing falling over, it comes down and smacks it in, leaving its face a pulped mess.
Ew.
Cass.
Still one up.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Minnow.
Minnows, yeah.
Oh, Minnow's got that.
Oh, okay. Thanks, ma'am. I'm
Cass
honored
has a
with the trust.
Cass has a child to look out for.
Family first.
Yeah, when Cass comes up here, Navari's like, I don't see anything of them up here.
Cass is gonna move up here, and she's gonna use her action to survival check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. You stop as you pass the pile of rotten fruit, as you're now able to see. And you wrinkle your nose at it, though no one else can see this. And your eyes follow what seems to be a small trail of what looks like fruit that had been dropped by something, heading north.
Cass makes a non-committal noise and then waits.
What?
She gestures at the rotten fruit and the trail leading north.
Oh.
Sybil.
Shit.
Is there... There's one right there, right?
Yes, there's the one that is Minnow. The one that is Minnow.
No.
I mean, Sybil's just gonna be like, hey buddy, do you want the thrill of the kill, or should I take care of that for you?
Aid is always appreciated, Sybil.
Alright, and then she's gonna let loose 2 spicy Eldritch Blasts.
When are they not going to be spicy? What about like
When they
sweet?
change color.
What about sweet or savory eldritch blast?
Umami.
She's gonna be
Yeah.
the only other flavor that she's gonna shoot is salty, and that's when she's very angry.
Spicy and salty. That's fine. I like both of those flavors.
Salt and vinegar and Eldritch
They
Blast.
they both miss.
Oh. They
What do you mean they
miss?
both miss? I rolled a 19 and a 26.
Oh, sorry. you should
Damn.
I would appreciate it if you give it a minute or two so I can actually look at the rolls. Or at least just call it out because it's hard for me to see all that. Yeah, okay. The Eldritch Blasts shoot out and they spice this thing up, leaving its brains cooked.
Bam.
Ew.
Appreciated, Sybil.
No problem.
Alright.
Hey to help. And she gives
You
a
guys-
little bow.
You guys take a moment to listen, and nothing else seems to be forthcoming. Combat's dropped.
Alright. Onward.
Yeah. Navori's gonna go with Cass and kind of drag her shield for as long as it is around, which probably isn't that long.
Okay.
We're going
Um,
north.
You guys continue to head north, popping back into the open you do see bits of rotten fruit still dropped on the ground, little haphazardly. But now that you kind of know what you're looking for, there is a trail leading north. Boone still kind of has the scent, but his mouth also got all ghouly, so
Gross.
it's gonna take him a little bit to clear that scent out.
Clive gives him a piece of sausage.
He takes it
Navori's
gratefully, but
Oh.
occasionally does like a heavy dog sneeze.
Can Sybil just go over and, like, prestidigitation, I don't know, a smell that a dog would enjoy, like dirt.
Like dirt.
Like dirt.
Yeah, give me a performance check for that one. Just to
I'm gonna roll
accurately-
for dirt.
yeah,
Just-
just to accurately emulate the smell of dirt.
Alright. 26.
Okay, yeah.
That's
It's
some
the
good ass
dirtiest
It-
dirt you ever done
It
smell.
smells dirty, and the rest of you
Hmm.
briefly get a whiff of dirt.
Yeah, Navori's like, nah, that checks out.
Uh,
This
Boone
is
gives
normal.
one more heavy sneeze and then looks at Sybil and wags his whole body.
She gives him a little head pat.
Good.
When
So,
when
Oh,
they're
go ahead.
following this trail, Navori kind of looks over at Cass and is like, "You think they dropped this on purpose? You think they're trying to like bait these things?"
Let's... And Cass looks momentarily perplexed because, like, what's more interesting, ghouls eating rotten fruit instead of meat?
Maybe they're like cats and it tastes like fruit meat to them, you know?
Or there's just nothing else.
It's possible. Cass is gonna just keep walking. She's gonna keep walking north.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clive's going with her.
Yeah.
Navori's going, but she's also sort of looking out for traps, just in case she's right, and they're trying to lead ghouls into some bullshit they put together.
Okay.
Some
She
bullshit
doesn't know.
Home Alone child trap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Precisely.
Roll,
something he might do. It's just he's like, well,
Roll perception.
okay. 16.
As you're going, you do see a solid smear, like ruby red, leading into one of the sudden alcoves that is dotting the walls. This is a much more open area. It's not like that single file, but you do see hive-like carvings into the walls, much like you saw in that smaller tunnel. And there's a smear of like ruby red across the ground.
Does it look like fresh? I'm guessing it's freaking blood.
Minnow's gonna touch it and sniff it.
Okay. Make an investigation, Minnow. Actually, medicine.
Oh,
Can
medicine.
Navori do this too?
Let me see how Minnow does. Okay.
Oh, that's a 10. Sorry.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, do it again.
Oh, Golly.
Minnow,
Wow.
you put it in your mouth,
Oh,
or
dear.
you sniff
No.
it, and it. Yeah, sorry, I was like, is she doing a Connor from Detroit?
No.
Like,
I'm
yum,
Connor,
yum,
the
yum,
android
yum,
sent by
yum, yum, yum,
Cyberwave.
yum. Mysterious fluid, yum, 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 yum.
Oh no.
No.
Oh my god.
It smells kind of gross.
She's super embarrassed that she took initiative and steps back.
Mavori, you do medicine.
Okay.
You
17.
You're much less graceful about it. There's something very graceful to the way Minnow did it. You just kind of smear it on your fingers and it also smells like rotten fruit.
Just like, not blood. That's good. More of that nasty fruit bullshit.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. He smirks at Minnow.
Quite cool.
I mean, do these holes look big enough to like? How big are they?
You walk around the perimeter of the room, kind of get a gauge of this whole.
You are cutting out like up your mic
Cool.
sensitivity.
Cool. How about now?
Paper now.
Okay. You walk the perimeter of the room a little bit, trying to be cautious as you do so. And there are some that are just like little alcoves that look like someone could climb in, but they're like less than a foot deep. But there are others that are like the small alcoves that were in that other hallway or other tunnel where it's about like it's ankle height for you. I mean, I guess technically it's like ankle height for everybody because height doesn't start at the ankles.
Unless you
Yeah.
have really tall feet.
Yeah.
Who is wearing booted heels?
Yeah. If anyone, it might be Sybil.
Yeah, Sybil's
Yeah.
definitely in heels,
Yeah,
just
she's-
saying.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She's got stag heels, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some of those, and you can see there are like small windows like carved into these areas, and there are also small rooms holding like the tattered remains of beds. You see what looks like maybe a stove or two inside of some of them. These look like they were living areas. You don't see anything like living inside of any of them. So you guys continue heading north. Navori, you're keeping an eye out for traps of any
Yes.
sort, home alone or otherwise.
Yeah.
But shortly after, you come to a wide gap in the tunnel. It suddenly expands outwards into a massive opening. And from beyond that, you can see moonlight. So, passing through the tunnels, you do come to another open bowl-like valley, just straight out in front of you. While the ceiling is still about as high as it was in Stonecross, there are streams of steady, pale, silvery moonlight cascading through these small pockmarks. It's like someone took a chisel and just or like a giant took a chisel and just smacked holes in the ceiling. And it's only through these threads of light that the area is illuminated, leaving noticeable spaces of dark in between each column of moonlight. The things that are illuminated by this moonlight are structures, clearly made of stone. Even from here, where you are a solid quarter of a mile away, the structures look like they were large at one point. Incredibly large. But time has worn away these buildings, and the walls are crumbling down in places to leave them exposed to whatever elements there may be. You look down the slope that would carry you into the city, and you see that it is much like the cobbles that would head you down into Stonecross. Broken in some places, half buried in others, but clearly a path. It's clearly a path that would be easy to lose your footing on, too. You guys just gonna head on down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna stop
Does
cat.
the trail continue, or did it stop at some point?
It stopped at the edge here. You can make a perception check to see if there's anything that would lead you to the city.
Alrighty. What's happening? Let's see. Damn. Natural 20.
Yeah, you see footprints, very clear footprints. Several sets of them. It's hard to tell how many, but there are more than one person that has gone down here recently.
Okay. Navori points that out and is like, yeah, this is definitely the way we're going.
I presume this is Moonhaven.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Descending, you begin to notice just how large these stone structures once were. While there are still plenty of smaller ones, it's the larger ones that clearly catch your attention. And there's one in particular that really catches your eye. And it's a tall, towering spire of some sort. And a single beam of moonlight falls on it, almost as if it was placed there on purpose. But as you get closer, you see that this too has fallen prey to whatever devastation came through this area. Chunks of this tower missing. And looking down it a little bit, you see that it's attached to a much smaller building. Or not much smaller, just another building. This looks like it was kind of the tower part of a different building. You continue to walk down into this area. The moonbeams are larger than they appeared. They cover large swaths of the area, leaving you in this silver light every once in a while that is brighter than anything you've really dealt with since getting here, really. It takes you some time to finish crossing this, probably about 15 minutes of getting down the slope and hitting solid ground and moving forward until you reach the edge of what was a city, now that you are close enough to see it. This was not a town or a village. This was much larger. Do you guys just head on in?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
the trail's still there, and there aren't any discernible traps
Yeah.
or anything. Yep.
Gotta find the kid.
All right. You head into the town, or a city. And the streets here are much more defined, with what looks like maybe even gutters or sidewalks built in. You pass by buildings that look like they would have been much more lively than what you saw on Stonecross, but the lights have long been out here. And the entryways to some of these buildings are completely caved in. Walking through, you occasionally pass through these bright beams of moonlight, and it's here that you see footprints, pretty defined. 4 of them, to be precise, heading off to the right of a street. And you guys all turn right, cautiously keeping an eye on things. Everyone, perception for me. Okay. Kess, Clive, and Minnow. You're able to keep track of these. It's difficult in some cases because of the way that there is this complete darkness between each of these light sources. And it soon becomes obvious that these footprints are heading towards what is the large towering structure. And Kess, you take a moment to size it up, and you realize this was a church or a cathedral.
Interesting. Can she tell if it was dedicated to a particular god?
Yeah, you can make a religion check.
Sure, why not?
You just recognize kind of the stereotypical architecture of a cathedral, temple, church. You do not see any particular iconography.
Okay.
And you guys continue heading down this way, and as you get closer, the bigger this becomes. And as you get closer still, you begin to hear the sound of quiet voices off to the side, just hushed, hurried whispers.
Oh,
Cass is gonna...
Yeah, let's tune into that.
Yeah, Cass is gonna put up a hand and listen real close.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception. Those who are going to tune in.
Can Sybil even tune in? She rolled a 9. Like,
I mean, I believe Kess made it pretty obvious that
okay, I'm gonna
to
try
stop,
then.
she's hearing something.
Nosy bitch energy, please be with me. Hey.
Clive and Sybil and Maria. Yeah, they are quiet, not quite childlike voices, more like young teenager voices. You hear what sounds like a girl arguing with 2 boys. You hear one of the boys just, I told you we shouldn't have come here. This is a bad idea. And you hear the girl just, don't be such a coward, Ron. It's fine.
Is that Hermione? There's Ron. It's a girl and 2 boys.
You're a wizard, Sybil.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, and you hear whom you presume to be Ron. Just continue on of, yeah, this is a bad idea. Joseph he's in there by himself now.
Maria's just gonna head right for this.
Cass sees Maria go and it's like, alright, well, she's going also.
Time to go mom these kids.
Yep.
Okay. You guys head over, and at the edge of one of these moonbeams, you see 3 individuals. You see one rather tall girl with just dark brown hair that's straight. She looks pretty pale, and you see 2 boys with her. One has darker skin and black hair, and another one is just fucking ghost pale with like blonde hair. And they look at you and
Hello, children.
Cass looms behind Maria on purpose.
We're here
Navori comes out and she's like, hey.
We're here from Stonecross. There are some people worried about you.
The girl climbs to her feet and looks back at the boys. Don't be a coward. And steps up and puts her hands on her hips and assumes like a power stance. And is just, they're worried about us, are they? Of course they would be. They don't believe in any of us and our ability to go adventuring.
I think they're worried you're going to be eaten by ghouls.
Passed about 4 of them on the way here.
Hmm.
Probably more we didn't see.
It's fine. We know how to throw off their scent. And you see that they are holding like a sack full of something that is oozing.
Ha!
Hey, listen.
I thought they might have done it.
Can we like skip the lecturing part? What the fuck are you guys doing?
The blonde boy gets up and brushes himself off and Leah, don't be a bitch. Joseph wanted us to come out here to find some books. The fucking nerd.
What kind
Oh,
of books?
so it's like a nerd trip.
He said something about church books. So I were here.
I presume he's in the cathedral.
Yeah, he walked in by himself, and quite frankly, I'm not going in there. It's haunted.
Well, now you all have to go in there because we have to check on him.
Haunted in a place like this?
Yeah, like, isn't everything haunted?
The dark-haired boy just gets up and... You don't have to be that sort with us. We're just... Yeah, it's haunted, alright? It's bloody haunted.
I mean, I never said I didn't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just want. I guess we're wondering how it's more haunted than everything else.
There's spirits in there. Lingering. Apparently real upset. If you get in their way, they'll come at you.
Well, that sounds like we gotta go in there.
Tess sighs.
Yeah, it's about how we feel about it too, but Joseph's got his little wiggly fingers and said, it's fine, he's got this.
So what are we waiting for? Are we going in the church or not? Like,
Yes,
come on.
Everybody find a buddy and let's go.
Alright, come on. Field trip time. You're about to go on like the adventure of your fucking lives. It's gonna be rad.
I don't want to, and the girl just, hell yeah.
Don't make me make you hold hands, please.
What are you, our mom?
I will be worse than your mother if you don't move.
Make an intimidation roll.
Oh my god!
She's not very good at this.
Saying that, the kids shut up and instinctively hold hands.
Maria moves on.
Alright. You guys head to the church doors and you give them a shove. And they don't open immediately. And you take another moment and take a step back and shove it with your shoulder. And the doors make a loud creaking noise as these metallic large doors slowly push open.
Tess feels distantly nostalgic.
Navori is sort of absolutely curious. Like, maybe I should find some nerdy church books.
Sorry, 1 second. Alright. I'm gonna need you guys to tell me who has torches.
Sybil.
Maria.
Clive probably picked his up after the
Navori
combat was
doesn't,
over.
but she can see.
Sybil's determined to keep Stephen Jr. alive.
Navori didn't have a...
No, she doesn't have a torch, but she has dark vision.
Alright, Minnow picked up hers. What was her child's name?
I don't think she told her. Oh no, Etienne. That's right.
Yeah. Must be a legendary name.
Cass doesn't have a torch. Clive has a torch. Alright. You do not need to roll initiative or anything. Entering the church, you do see that it is immediately wrecked. It looks like things have passed through here, just causing devastation wantonly. Nothing looks like it was destroyed on purpose. It is dark in here. There are spots where the moonbeams shine. Oh, that's not lit. See doodles. Give me 1 second. That should have lit.
Saw a bubble for a second.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh heck! Look at that.
Yeah, and you do see a moonbeam is falling on something. And looking up, you see that it is coming in through a hole that was almost blasted in through the spire that is above you now. What do you guys do?
Mori's gonna go. She's curious, but she's being careful.
Yeah.
Sybil's gonna keep her eyes peeled for a child.
Does she see that thing over there? Because I see that thing over there.
You... What thing?
This. Right there.
There's nothing right there.
There is. There's a little man
There
right
is
there.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was in the wrong layer. Yeah, you do. You see something there.
Okay. She's sort of like she's squinting and she's like, it looks like there's something over there.
Oh,
She's-
where are the children? Are they just inside the door?
Yeah, they're not going past the
Okay,
doorway.
Good. They can stay right the fuck
They're
there.
they're looking horrified, even.
Yeah, Navori's. Okay, so she knows now that this is a church. She's looking at that moonbeam that looks like it's centered on a book. She do a religion check to see if there's like any sort of divine energy or whatever around here.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
I suppose Cass might also do that.
Okay.
14.
Uh,
Cass is better at this.
Navori. It has significance. Cass, it has religious significance. There is definitely some kind of holy energy here that the two of you can obviously feel. It's like
Wow.
warm, but it's like a cold warmth.
Yeah, Navari kind of looks over at Cass. Is like, you feel that, right?
Is Cass is gonna use her divine sense. Is this area hallowed?
Yes, it is in fact. It's difficult to tell by what, but it is hallowed.
Okay. And Cass looks at Navori and she says, "This is holy ground." Not figuratively, but
yeah,
listen.
no. Yeah.
Are all churches not that?
depends on how long they've been maintained, I suppose.
They can be
Question.
desecrated.
How tall is that wall? Is
Um,
that a wall?
you need to specify.
Okay, this.
Yes,
right
it is
here.
a wall, but it is kind of crumbly. There are holes, and it looks like a strong enough push could probably push it over.
All right. So you can't see through it though. Like,
No.
Okay.
This would have been
Oh.
really difficult to put like the super dynamic lighting on, so just keep asking,
Yeah.
please.
No.
Did-
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
The thing over
Divine-
here, and I'm like, no, Navori doesn't see it then.
Divine
Divine
sense?
sense. It would have also told her if there was any undead in 60
Okay.
feet.
There are undead, yes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, there's some within 60 feet.
Okay.
Fuck is... Where is the ruler now?
It's
It's
that
the thing
weird
in the circle.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
below the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
I know the location of anything. As long as it's not behind total cover.
You do not know the location of anything.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a pretty unsatisfying way of saying everything that you can sense is behind some kind of cover.
Okay. Yeah, but total cover? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Behind walls, for the most part.
okay, fair enough.
Alright. Navori kind of looks at Cass, and then she looks at the book with the moonbeam, and she's like, I'm going over there.
Have
so
care.
she's
Not-
she's cautiously going over here. She's looking around for anything that might set off, like, Kill Bill sirens in her head.
Cass watches Navori and she's like, not everything holy is benevolent.
Make a
Yeah,
perception
no.
check.
I mean, I see that thing right there still, and she sees that thing right there, but...
Yeah, make a perception check.
Doo-doo. 19.
Okay. As you get close, you feel tingling raising the edges of your hair.
Oh.
It's not unpleasant. It's just kind of tingly as you get closer to the moonbeam.
Cass, come here. She sort of stops and she's sort of unsure, and she's like, it's like a weird tingly thing happening when I get closer.
Yes. Goes over to Nave.
With it pointed out, yeah, you feel tingly too.
You know what that is?
Hmm.
Are we gonna explode?
Does she know what that is?
No.
Alright, she just gets closer.
Okay. As you step closer, the tingly sensation begins to feel like your heart is pumping faster and like your whole body is growing more sensitive. You can feel your armor pretty distinctly on your skin now. Do you continue going despite the strangeness?
Yep.
Navori's gonna. She's like, hold on. She picks up a rock and she throws it
Okay.
forward to see what happens.
Kess, make a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Hey.
You begin suffering a panic attack, but
Oh,
you manage to push through it without showing any signs of it. It lasts for maybe 2 seconds before you just know, fuck this. And then the tingly sensation more or less goes away.
There's tingly sensations happening over there,
Mm-hmm.
and Sybil just wants to see if she can get in on that, so she's gonna get a little closer.
Alright, yeah, you feel tingly too.
Does anything happen when Navori kind of tosses a rock over that way?
No.
Okay, she's like, okay, well, the rock's not gonna explode. Kess, did anything weird happen?
Hmm. She said
Sybil-
non-committally.
Right. Navori goes for it.
Alright, give me a wisdom saving throw.
In which Navori just dies. Okay. Odd advantage. Damn, she's on
You
this.
this is more of a familiar sensation to you. It's reminiscent of how you would feel when terrible things would happen to you. Your heart begins to beat very hard. You sweat, and you begin to feel very panicky. But again, you're like, fuck this. And you break through that panic pretty swiftly.
Oof. Yeah. Didn't like that.
Yes, perhaps. And she looks at the book.
Yeah, Navori's gonna look at the book too.
Can I have a gander at whatever the fuck this is?
Yeah,
While
make
we're
a
doing
perception
that?
check.
Okay.
Also, what is the
Get a load of that guy.
What is the what?
orb?
The orb that's surrounding the book?
Is that the
well,
moonbeam?
This thing.
Wait,
I
what?
don't see anything there.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
don't see
neither.
anything there.
On my screen, there's like a glassy orb.
It's
Yeah, I
it's
see a
on
supposed
my
to be on the
screen.
book. It's
Yeah, on
right
my
here.
screen it's in front
Oh.
of Navori.
Mhm.
On my screen, it's in front of Cass.
Weird.
We're having some technical difficulties here.
Technical difficulties.
Oh,
You guys
There
see
it
things?
goes.
it's moving.
Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Don't
Yeah,
like
now it's in
that.
front of Navori.
Maria's gonna go look for child while they
Okay.
inspect book.
Sybil, you just see the vague outline of a person, like a shadow. But
Hey.
it could be Caster Navori's shadow. You're not 100%.
Okay.
Like that.
Well, you do hear the beginning of Sybil saying something, but then she takes it back. She doesn't
Maria,
wanna look down.
stop.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Yeah. She sees it.
You immediately see the pale shape of a human floating around. It doesn't seem to notice you right now. You catch its expression, and it looks like it is in a perpetual state of terror
Oh dear.
Same.
as it kind of floats aimlessly. Kessin Navori, you look at the book, and first and foremost, you catch a glint of some kind of shield around the book as the moon flashes off of it. And beneath it, you do see a book that looks like it's in pretty pristine condition underneath this little bubble.
Is it open?
The
Or is it
book?
closed? Yeah.
The book is closed.
Okay.
It is also a very plain book. There's no nothing to denote exactly what it is.
All right. Navori's gonna see if she can discern anything about the shield around it.
Okay. First, Minnow and Clive, what are you guys doing?
Clive's kind of looking through the books over here, see if anything stands out.
Okay, make a perception check. And Minnow, what are you doing?
For now, Minnow just wants to hang back and, like, keep a guard over the kids standing at the door.
Okay.
Doesn't feel comfortable leaving them by themselves.
Yeah, he Clive
Mom
has
part
Boon.
two.
Boon is stationed near the children too.
Okay. Mom and Dad.
Strangest mom and dad.
Mom and Dad, dog and fish.
A family can be 3 kids, a fish, and a dog.
Yes.
Clive, you're rooting through some of the books, and you catch sight of what are pretty pristine looking books, and flipping them open, they look like they're history books of some sort. Navori, give me a Arcana.
Oh boy, this would be great. Hey, that's better than I thought again.
This is some kind of abjuration shield protecting it, and you don't know how to dispel it.
Okay. Navori kind of squints, and she's like, well, it's another abjuration kind of shieldy thing, and I don't know how to get rid of that.
Cass makes a non-committal noise, and she's gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Hey, just food for thought. Can't we maybe figure out what's causing that and use it? You know? seems to line up with what we want.
What?
It's a fucking shield, mate!
I mean, yeah, but it might be the book causing it.
Right. Yes, I'm saying we should be careful. Okay, let's walk through the process. We want some sort of shield. There's something making a shield in front of us. Let's be very careful not to destroy anything.
Maria,
Hmm.
the ghost turns to you,
Maria lifts a hand.
kind of looks at you,
Yeah.
and just watching you.
Okay, we're gonna have a staring contest.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's Maria. She's just kind of trying to gauge its, like, temperament. See if it's okay for her to move around the room, around it. She doesn't want to interfere with it.
Make a perception check. I almost asked for animal handling.
Wrangle that ghost.
Oh, fucking
Can that also be used on people?
Oh, please.
I mean, depends on your definition of animal, I guess.
She's gonna lasso a ghost.
Maybe children.
The way the ghost is just watching you,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it's not moving towards you, it does not seem aggressive.
Okay. Well, in that case, she's just gonna give it its room. Kind of mosey around. I have to see what she can see.
Okay. Make another perception check.
She is distracted by ghosts.
Yeah, you're distracted by this ghost, and maneuvering around the shell. Trying to be as quiet as you can, but failing in a lot of ways. Alright, rest of you. Continue
Cass
as you
was
were.
casting a spell, wasn't she?
But like it kind of like pauses in her hands as Sybil speaks. And she considers.
Hey, can either of you see what's in the book beyond
No,
the
it's
shield?
closed.
Oh. Can you, so when you touch it, your fingers don't
I mean,
connect?
here's the thing, right? Like, if we touch it, it might blow up.
Can Sybil just, like, use Arcana since her sister is kind of bomb-ass at this?
Yeah.
13.
Your sister is indeed bomb at, specifically at abjuration. And thanks to your sister droning on and on, you've wanted to be enthused because she's your little sister. She's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's also
She's trying.
school. And you've given up on school. But you do recall that most abjuration spells don't explode.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing, abjuration ain't, like, explodey, it's more shieldy, so there's a pretty low chance that touching it's gonna make it explode. I mean, hey, maybe something bad will happen to you, but typically it's not gonna backfire on whatever it's guarding if you just touch it.
Devori looks at Cass kind of like, which one of us is gonna touch it?
Do you want me to touch it?
You know,
Can Cass see that?
See what?
The ghost over here.
No.
yeah,
I
there's
think there's a
walls all
wall.
around them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
this like loop thing is a.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's, normally I would do the dynamic lighting stuff, but this would have been near impossible.
Yeah, all the curves.
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, the thing doesn't actually have, it is straight lines only, as it turns out.
I think
Weird.
that
It
could be like
sucks.
a path
Yeah.
selection tool or something.
Yeah, it doesn't have its, like, elliptical tool or anything working. Yeah. So yeah, that's a wall. Sorry.
Gotta write that into the bug fix
Okay.
forum.
No, that's not a bug, that's just something they've said.
Oh.
Well, in that case. She looks at Nave.
Should I touch it or you?
Well, that depends. Do you want to suffer all the consequences if there are any?
Do you?
Sybil's gonna go up and touch it.
Okay. Either of you gonna stop Sybil?
I mean,
Cass is. If
this-
Sybil
this-
goes to touch it, Cass is gonna touch her with protection from evil and good.
Does Sybil
Okay.
suffer the weird panic attack stuff? That the
Sybil's
rest of
been
them
Yeah.
through a
did?
lot of bad
Sybil's gotta make a
trips.
Sybil's gotta
I'm
make a
just
wisdom
saying.
saving throw. Well,
I don't get advantage for all the drug trips I've had to go through.
no.
11.
You step forward, and the tingling sensation blossoms into your chest, and your breathing picks up, and your eyes dilate, and you're having a full-blown panic attack. But you keep moving, and by the time you hit the altar, you just bump into it, and yeah, you're having a panic attack.
Oh no.
Well, she's gonna touch it anyway.
Okay. You kind of flail, and your
Do
hand
you think
lands on it.
emotional instability has stopped my character from anything?
I mean, it's never stopped me from doing anything,
Joke's on
so
you. Sybil's always having a panic attack.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's her fucking secret.
Cass does
Clearly
reach
adopted.
across.
Sybil
she-
was born.
She smacks Sybil with protection from good and evil.
okay.
Which, in the event that the panic attack was caused by
Evil.
aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, she gets an advantage on a new saving throw.
Okay, well, fun fact. Make a charisma saving throw now.
Me?
Okay.
No, Sybil.
Oh,
Oh dear. Is this what I think?
Oh,
my
wow.
god!
Oh no.
And I was good at
That
that.
was just gonna
You get to do it again. You get to do it again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh gosh.
Well, you panic and put your hand on it, and briefly you do feel Kess's spell surge through you, and you feel it try to pulse through again, and that panic attack turns into lethargy. And you turn and okay. You turn and look at your pals, and you say nothing has happened. They should try too.
Oh.
Except she says it in that exact accent.
Yeah.
What? Mori kind of is looking at her like you okay? You don't okay.
Sybil, as far as you're concerned, yeah, touching it was a good idea.
I mean, is she still panicking though?
No, it went away.
Okay. Navori's
I mean,
just
I
like,
was joking with she says it with that exact accent, but you said yes.
Yeah, said it very monotone.
Oh, I didn't mean cadence. I meant accent.
Clive hears that, and he's gonna insight check Sybil.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, it's totally great.
Yeah, can Navori do that too? She doesn't
Clive.
believe this shit.
That wasn't Sybil.
Oh
Clive,
dear.
Clive just kind of stares like blankly over at Sybil. Don't touch it.
That is a wall. So you'd have to peek
Yeah.
your head out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say he's moved over here. Then he did bring the history books with. by the
Okay. Kess, yeah, you come to the same conclusion, Eivor. You're like, yeah,
Cass picks Navoria up by the shoulders and moves her away from the book.
I bet I got possessed by that little man.
Yeah, like that, exactly.
all right, Eivor, do you struggle or just does
No.
it happen?
Yeah, it just happens.
Okay.
She's kind of trusting Kess with this at the moment.
And then... Hang on.
What the fuck happened? Wait.
Midnight does not like.
Yeah. Other than thinking touching this was a good idea, Sybil, you're still you.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what else happened?
That's it. You just
I
you
mean, did my
touched it.
hand go through or did it, like, hit, like, was it solid?
It was solid.
I'm gonna try to touch it again.
Great idea. Let's do it again.
All right. Hit charisma saving throw. Just make it flat,
Why
no
do I have
advantage.
to make another?
Yeah.
You're
With
touching it again.
advantage?
No, you do not have advantage anymore.
Okay.
The
15.
spell, protection from good and evil persists is a 10-minute long spell.
Yeah, I know, but she would have had disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well. Can't do shit about that.
Sybil,
Yeah.
you begin to walk away.
Okay. I mean, I told you that I was gonna kill her. This.
Where are you go? What? What the fuck was that?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Now, Sybil, you want to go outside.
I'm just feeling a little knackered. I wanna just, get some fresh air. Do I want to go outside alone?
Yeah.
I have to pee. Don't follow me.
I don't like this. What the fuck?
I am still looking for child, by the way.
Minna's gonna follow after Sybil.
Yeah, Cass looks at
1
me.
second.
Probably a good idea to follow her.
Sybil,
Yeah.
you step close to Minnow,
Uh-huh.
and you make a melee attack against Minnow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh no!
Not a spell, just you try to hit her with your sword.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm only using it one-handed, so isn't that
Yes.
just great?
You are just overcome with this, like... Ugh!
I'm overcome with the desire to roll a 24.
Well, that definitely hits.
Alright, yeah, you, instead of heading outside,
Okay.
you summon your sword and just jam it into Minnow.
Am I aware that, how am I feeling in this moment?
You're feeling like you wanted to attack her, like she's an enemy.
Oh my gosh.
It does 9 whole damage.
Sybil.
Yeah, the voice like, whoa, okay, what the fuck?
Minnow tries to catch the sword from going any further and push it.
It
Maria,
just gets her in the hand is what happens.
make a perception roll. Alright, you hear the sound of rustling coming from, like, this direction.
Okay, she's gonna beeline it.
But you also do hear the sound of Minnow getting stabbed.
Oh, what does that
I'm
sound
assuming-
like? Was there
I'm
a
assuming
scream?
I'm assuming Minnow cries out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Alright, well... there's
Clive,
more-
you hear that too.
There's more people out there
wait.
than there is back here, so she's gonna keep looking for the kid.
Clive,
Oh
what?
my
Sorry.
gosh. Okay, well,
What did Clive do? I only heard you say Clive.
You heard Minnow cry out too.
Clive comes running back in.
yeah, Navori comes over here, and she's gonna lesser restoration.
Sybil's gonna swing her sword wildly back and forth and go, "Stay back, sluts!"
Well, she's gonna do it anyway.
Clive just looks at like everyone like they're all crazy.
Okay. You touch Sybil, and there's a pulse of warmth from your hand, and Sybil, you feel it. It just makes you angry at Navori now.
Sybil's gonna kick
nope.
Navori. She's gonna punch her like a little munchkin.
Kess and Minnow get to take a reaction of some sort first.
Okay.
Okay. Minnow's gonna try to grab Sybil to get her.
Okay. Make an attack roll for grapple.
Oh, grapple.
Or is that what you're trying to do? Like grab her?
Yeah, like grapple, so should I just...
Do I want to hit them or do I want to kill them?
Well, right now you just want to hit them.
Am I evil?
You're just
okay.
feeling very violent.
Okay.
probably...
I'm feeling saucy and liable to commit a crime.
Sybil, roll what is it? Acrobatics or athletics?
I don't know.
Let me see.
Come now, there's no need to get violent.
Yeah, no, you're just grappled.
Okay.
Minnow grabs you and is holding you still.
Sybil, like, kicks out with one foot and then another foot, and then she tries to, like, full on kick out with both feet. Like a horrible little goat.
Alright.
Two are the same height, by the way.
And Rory's like, I don't think that worked. What the fuck is going on with you?
Cass, you have to do something.
Yeah. Alright. Cass is gonna... She's gonna roll religion on the book.
Okay.
Just ignore
Just
that,
like,
it's
eh.
fine.
Yeah, no, they got it handled. they can handle a saucy Sybil.
Yes.
Where's the rope?
I think calling everyone sluts is now the height of comedy. Cause like, most characters, no. Sybil, yeah, she just call everyone sluts.
Hey.
Alright. What are you trying to discern about this book?
Well, the shield is coming from somewhere. It's touching the book has obviously altered Sybil's mind in some shape or fashion, and she wants to know the source.
Okay.
Whether or not she can discern the source.
You take a moment to concentrate, and unlike arcane casters, you are able to feel holy energy instead of arcane energy. And you feel like the book itself is kind of generating this aura. And you're unsure exactly what it is, but it's between what you are seeing and what you are gleaning from the holy energy book, it has compelled Sybil to do something. As a protection method. You don't know how to stop this, though.
No, that's fine. Tess is going... This is potentially a bad idea. She's going to pick up the book.
Oh gosh.
Alright, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh
In
boy.
which we can stop a Sybil, but can't we stop Cass?
Oh no, I'm back. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Cass?
Yeah.
You look back at Sybil, like you try to touch the book, and your fingers brush the shield, and you look back at Sybil, and you're furious all of a sudden.
At Sybil?
At what's happening to Sybil.
Oh, okay.
At the violence of it. And you want
So-
this to stop.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Well...
You want them to stop.
Oh, that's not good.
Breathing.
Sweats.
Maria.
We're all gonna die by killing
Uh,
each other.
She's gonna move into this room.
Okay. As we move forward, Maria, you see a young adult, probably a bit older than the kids that have now cowered into the corner of the door, watching this in horror. Maria, you see this kid. There's a small ball of glowing light over his shoulder, as he's just kind of pouring through a few books at his side.
Child.
Oh my god.
Yes?
Child.
Jesus.
I was taking a drink.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that one.
Can you imagine a 6'2" woman with white hair looming out of the
Yeah,
darkness to
no.
just say child?
It would be
at you?
even better if she knocked down a door.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
She says, I'm here from Stonecross on behalf of John. We've been looking for you, and you should come back.
Oh, Moonweaver, shit. Right. I figured they would come themselves or get scared. Shit. Who are you?
My name is Maria, and I think there's trouble out in the front room. I'm certain somebody's touched something they shouldn't have, so let's move.
Ah,
I'm the prettiest one in this party, and I'm sick and tired of no one acknowledging that fact. And Sybil kicks again.
the kid.
Sybil,
Yeah,
Sybil, what the hell are you on
The kid
about?
tucks a book under his shoulder, under his arm, and yeah, we better go.
Hmm.
And
I want
alright,
to commit a crime.
Sybil, roll athletics or dex to escape the grapple.
I thought you said athletics or death.
I mean,
17.
Alright,
Dance or die, Sybil.
you kick out from this and break free of her grip. That's your movement.
Okay.
oh god.
You cannot use any spells, by the way.
What do I want? Just, I want to know what I want.
You want to commit a crime. You want to do violence.
I hate this.
You're starting to feel like you want these people dead.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's not good. How do I feel about Cass?
You don't feel any particular way right now. She's too far away for you to care.
Okay. I don't know what to do. So can we just shift the focus away from me?
No,
I was just
you have to
making
take-
goofs.
No, you have to take an action.
Okay, what is it that I can do?
Basically, you can take a swing at Minnow or Boon.
That's cute. I'm looking through my spells though.
No, you cannot use any spells
Why can't I use spells?
because you do not have access to your patron right now.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Okay, well that's fine.
Oberon can tell shit's up. He ain't giving you
Oh
anything.
shit.
Okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna look at Clive and I'm gonna throw my sword at him.
Okay, yeah, make a ranged attack.
I don't know. What is the attack roll for
One-
range?
1d20
For
plus your
throwing.
dex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are not
Um,
proficient with throwing swords.
No.
13.
Clive, what's your AC?
No.
All
You
right.
got close, actually.
Sybil, your sword goes arcing through the air, and you all hear a clatter, and then it vanishes and is
yeah.
back in her hand.
Wait, I don't have access to my patron, so do I even have access to the sword now that it's gone?
That's right. No, you don't. The sword is gone.
The sword's gone!
The party's
Clive.
just like, what the
Well,
fuck?
if you don't have a sword, it's time to use the fists.
Oh my god.
Step into the
Can
octagon.
Clive, what are you
Sensible.
doing?
I'm just confused.
All right.
He's so confused.
Is that his turn? Confused.
His current turn is he's confused and he's given this like, the fuck's your problem look
All right. Is that it?
for now.
All right, Navori, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, oh gosh, like she doesn't really know what the fuck to do. I mean,
Person. Oh, person.
Does Navori have that?
Probably not.
She-
It's like
yes,
against everything.
Doesn't
Would?
she?
but
no, I have
yeah.
that.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought it was
be
Navori that
honest-
used hold person on the art.
no, she could have it, but that's like against her religion. So she's not gonna ever use it. Um,
Man, you guys are your worst enemies.
yeah.
Remember when I said that every problem we've ever had has been created by Kes and Sybil?
It continues.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
How did that feel when?
Yeah. I don't actually know. The only thing I can think of is to look through spells that are ritual cast, and
I'm gonna
takes
go
like
ahead and
10
say,
minutes.
time. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
Alright, well,
I know what I want to do.
no, it's not your turn. It's
Okay.
Minnow's turn.
Okay, it's not your turn.
Yeah. I'm glad you want to do things. You gotta wait your turn.
Well, Minnow's gonna drop shit and attempt to bridal style swipe Sybil off her feet to get her to stop moving completely, maybe.
Alright. Make a grapple.
Okay.
You can't fucking
12.
control me.
Sybil, what's your AC?
12.
Massive
Yeah,
going
Sybil,
down.
you are scooped up.
Lost by a fish. Sybil,
You can't restrain me.
I
I
am
can't
right
be
now.
restrained.
I am right now.
Kess,
Alright, so I mean,
you wish to commit violence against all of them.
alright.
Oh
We're
god!
nasty. We're nasty rowdy girls.
I see. Alright. Kess is suddenly charging straight for Clive, and he gets a strength, an athletics, or an acrobatics attempt to avoid being knocked prone as Kess just fucking shoves him right over it.
Did she tackle him?
No, she's like bull rushing him with her shield.
I feel like Clive's not even looking at Kess. He's like looking at Sybil, and he just gets fucking blindsided by.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to contest it, you can just get hit.
Nope, that misses.
No, it's acrobatics or it's opposed athletics.
Oh,
or
so I
acrobatics.
need.
Yeah, you have to roll.
I pick athletics.
Okay. I mean, he resists the trip.
Yeah, so you still barrel into Clive.
Yep.
It doesn't hurt in Clive, you don't fall, but you basically catch a giant Kess coming at you.
You're really offended, you know? That was
Yeah,
fucking
it sucks. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh god. Okay, Namori's like, okay, nobody fucking touch that thing anymore!
Maria,
Oh.
the kid is looking at you like,
Mm-hmm.
we should go. I hear
Yes,
stuff.
we're walking.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Yep.
No, we're running.
Okay.
Um,
we're running. Kid and Mario are booking it to the front again as fast as they can go.
Okay, that's as far as
Okay.
he can go.
Okay.
Wait, is that the kid or is that like a weird shadow thing?
Oh, yeah, he could move on the wrong token.
Like,
Oh,
wait
yeah, I
a
am.
second.
Spoilers, that's not a kid.
Oh my god.
There we go. Alright, Sybil.
Sybil is, what's Sybil gonna say? Sybil's just gonna full drunk girl be like, let go of me! And then she's gonna try to, like, full body roll herself out of
Alright,
Minnow's
So
arms.
that is athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. 20.
Alright, it takes your movement, but you, drunk girl, roll your way out of Minnow's arms.
She hits the ground like a bag full of elbows.
Okay.
My god.
Ow.
Wow.
You need to take an action.
Oh, do I need to take an action?
Uh-huh.
Okay, she's gonna run over and try to grab Nave and like just lift her above her head.
Okay.
Can she move though?
No. Or yeah, Sybil can. It takes half her movement to get away.
Okay.
It's okay because she ain't that fucking far from Nave Beach. What do I have to roll for that?
You're gonna try to pick her up?
Yeah.
Alright, that's just an attack roll using strength for you.
Do
Okay,
I-
okay.
Does Namori get to resist being picked up? Like,
Not yet.
16.
Navori, what's your AC?
15.
You are picked up.
And raised into the air.
She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sybil is in what I would call crab stance, and she definitely is going to throw Nave. Just telegraphing that right now.
Well, Navori, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
I mean, could she
Or
try
no. Wait, sorry, it's Clive's.
Well, Clive is still confused and annoyed
Mildly alarmed.
and mildly alarmed. However, Kess more or less attacking Clive has caused something else to happen, and that is Boon has charged.
Oh
And
no!
Boon is not playing. Boon sinks his goddamn teeth into Kess's leg.
Good job.
He's
no.
like full on attacking Kess.
How are we ever gonna earn Boon's trust after this?
Boon is upset.
Upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, I think that one hits, doesn't it, Cass?
That's racy.
Yep. Boon bites. This is so dumb.
This is
I
so
know! That's real
And-
dumb!
You're gonna have to pass a DC 11 strength check.
Nope.
Nope.
Cass,
You
you
get-
are knocked prone.
Boone just drags you to the floor.
Oh my god.
Alright, Knave.
She's like, what the fuck is going on? But she's trying to get out of Sybil, like, just suplexing her or something. What does she have to roll to escape?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Hey Max, was this roughly what you had planned?
Neither confirm nor deny. Nothing is put here without purpose.
Okay,
Oh my god.
let's see.
I feel like everyone's working some stuff out here too.
I guess.
So,
I don't know if that's
I'm
what I'm gonna call it.
gonna... But, I get a thing.
What do you get?
I get a D6.
Why?
Because it's her thing, remember? The feat she got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So that's a whole 12.
Do I have to roll now?
What is your strength mod?
3.
No, you still have Knave.
Okay, cool.
Well, was that her action?
No, that was your movement.
Okay.
It might have
Oh,
been,
well.
but we're playing fast and loose with player versus player grapples
Yeah,
here.
Namori's she doesn't like this. So she might accidentally just blip out of the material plane again.
Okay. You gonna use blink?
Yeah.
Alright. Roll your d20 then, I guess.
Well, she's kind of weirding out. She doesn't know what's going on. She just blips out of the material plane.
Can I say something for flavor?
Yeah.
Before Navori blips out the material plane, Sybil goes to chuck her at Boon.
Oh
Wait,
my
hold on.
gosh.
Hold on. I might have said okay too soon.
Oh.
Too soon for what? Am I gonna
yes.
explode
No,
into
you
a
are not
demon?
able to blink. It has a somatic component, and you are grappled, so you cannot do hand
Wait.
signs.
Grapple isn't that just movement? Doesn't
Grapple
that just-
applies the restrained
Yeah.
status,
Isn't-
which means you can't use somatic components. You can use verbal ones.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
then I guess that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's see, what else would she do out of panic? By accident.
I mean, if you're a 17th level wizard, you could scream and cast Meteor Swarm.
I mean, no. That is not the kind of panic that would
Oh my
happen
God.
here.
Meteor Swarm is a verbal only component, which is fucking hilarious because it's just like, ah! And then it leaves.
that visual.
I feel like you have to sing the chorus to
No,
Sephiroth's song
they fixed it.
first.
It's verbal and somatic now.
Oh, that's
So you have to
unfortunate.
flip the double
Just-
birds and then.
You can't just Xena. Oh no.
Raise your hands in the air for the spirit bomb as you scream.
God.
Do we like
What is happening?
Right?
if this is a mind affecting effect? Do we get saves at all after?
No,
like, to
it's not
break it?
mind affecting.
Okay, it's
Then
just
what's it
compulsion.
affecting?
It's possession.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh boy, I know what
Yeah.
that
Then,
means.
is there no way to break it?
There are. It's just
I don't
you
think we
personally
can.
can't. I mean, you as the individuals cannot.
Oh,
Other players can.
well.
Uh-oh.
You
Okay.
gotta beat him up.
Oh no.
They gotta get smacked or knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well-
Yeah. Crap. Well, the only thing that I
I
guess.
was in the other room when this all happened, so he still has no fucking clue it's even going.
Okay, well, the only verbal thing that Nabori has that is panic is lightning lure. So,
Oh.
she just freaks out, I guess, and just starts to get like electrified. And Sybil needs to succeed a strength saving.
Okay. Saving throw. Alright. 18.
Yeah, that does it. So,
Yeah.
let's see. Well, I don't
Poor
actually.
Clive.
How does this work? Like, Sybil's already within 5 feet of Nibori.
Then it just
This-
takes 1d8 lightning damage.
All right, okay,
Yeah.
sure. A whole
Alright.
3 of zap.
Now, Sybil, make a Constitution saving throw. Or no, Charisma. Sorry.
Okay. 13.
No. Okay. That hurts.
That hurt, and now her hair is all frizzy. Ooh, you're gonna get it.
Minnow.
Minnow is gonna hold her turn if it looks like Sybil is going to throw a knave.
Okay.
She's gonna hold her turn to catch Navori. Or attack.
Okay. Cass.
All right. She gets up.
Uh-huh.
And she. Oh, I don't want to do this.
That is half your movement to get up.
Yeah, that's.
Are you gonna hit Boon? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, then I want you to make a charisma saving throw after you hit him.
Oh no!
Actually, no. Do it beforehand.
Okay.
Dog too good.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
This D&D game does not condone animal violence. You're about to raise your hammer, smite the fuck out of Boon, and then you go, wait a minute, I can't ever do that. And you snap out of it, and Clive, you see something blue and ghostly kind of come out of the side of Kess's helmet and disperse. Kess, you are no longer possessed.
Does
But she's
Cass
still
remember?
pissed.
Yeah, now you're pissed.
Okay.
Does she remember what happened?
Yeah, no, you are aware you got possessed too.
Okay. Okay.
Just for reference sake, Sybil is still in the middle of the room holding Navori over her head going, ah! So,
Navori's like staticky mess. Wiggling.
Okay, alright. Okay.
This is so dumb.
Kess is gonna
You found the secret to end possession. Try and hit Boon.
hit Boon.
not gonna fucking let that happen. Fuck that. He's a good boy.
I mean, if it actually, I was gonna have Clive like throw himself in front of Boon.
Yeah, no.
Okay, no. Cast a spell.
Why did you say it like that?
Is Cass gonna go fucking
And
smite
no.
the book?
No. Well, yes, but also no. Sybil, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Jesus.
17.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Possessed Sybil is having none of this shit.
She's too fucking strong.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. So she is gonna. She sidesteps Boon and Clive, who are more than willing to. They can have opportunity attacks if they want to.
No, Boon. Clive is currently grabbing Boon to keep Boon from attacking.
Boon's bloodlust has risen.
Boon's
He's
angry.
tasted human blood, or Asimar
Yes.
blood.
He's tasted divine blood.
Divine.
He can never go
He
back.
has tasted the blood of God.
God, dog.
Maybe that's how
God,
he becomes
dog.
magical dog.
This is how Saint happened.
Oh my
Oh, no.
gosh.
Boon is just the precursor to Saint.
There's a weird time loop going on here.
These idiots all became Relmix.
No.
Okay, so is that it, Kess? Yeah. Okay.
Move over here.
Maria.
Over here.
We're still running.
Yeah. The kid's like, oh no, please don't tell me they touched the book. Please don't tell me they touched the book. Please don't tell me they touched.
almost certainly fucking touched the book.
He pulls up. Did you touch the book?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Maria just sighs.
For once, I didn't fucking
Sybil's
touch the
just
thing.
screaming like a kid hopped up on sugar.
Violet was shaking her glory over her head.
I don't know why, but I'm hearing the scream from like that one baby who like lifts that tiny
Yeah.
jug.
Yeah.
Maria also says somebody punch her in the face, gently.
The kid's like, ah, ah, ah. He just pulls up next to you, Clive, panting. Someone, hit her.
Yeah.
Sybil.
That was the case. I'd have done
Sybil
it.
is gonna throw Nave right at Boon.
All right. All right. First, Sybil, make an attack roll using
Okay.
Navori's.
How much?
An improvised weapon.
What do I roll to throw with Nave?
D20 plus Dex.
There's a good out of context D&D.
Okay.
Does our cleric count as an improvised weapon?
I'm not proficient in Nave.
No.
am I?
No,
Okay.
you're not proficient in improvised weaponry.
4.
Okay. Minnow, what were you going to do?
Well, she was gonna try to catch
Okay.
a knave being thrown.
What if
well-
Nave is like a chicken when you throw her?
Yeah, so you try to toss Nave, but you just kind of drop her.
Does Devori, like... Did
she
she
take
just
damage
fall
from
on her
that?
butt?
Yeah, you just fall on your butt.
She's like, ah! What the fuck?
It's like when you try to throw a paper airplane and just kind of go straight down.
Okay, I tell
not
you
even
what
that fucking
Sybil's gonna
heavy.
do. That's not her whole action, because she still has movement. She's gonna start stripping out of her vest and run towards the exit.
Okay.
Why is this like, what the fuck?
Minnow, since you didn't have to try and catch Sybil,
Tackle
anything
that
you want to
girl.
do?
Tackle
Or
that
you-
girl.
Yeah, do you want to try and catch Sybil, actually, since you had to try and catch Nave?
Yeah, let's try to catch a lady.
Okay, make a grapple.
Oh, Jesus. And that's what she's probably gonna do
These
that.
kids are huddled up in the corner just
Natural.
horrified. Alright, you grab
Damn.
Sybil. Sybil has her vest off, and you just snatch her by the collar before she gets much farther.
She's not very nude underneath, by the way. There's like a
Oh.
blouse and an overbust corset. Like there's, it's okay. Like there's no titties on stream. It's fine.
Clive.
Well, Clive's really just not entirely sure what to do right now.
Poor Clive.
Yeah.
Like,
He was in another room, popped out, and just got harassed.
he heard someone yell, came in because he was concerned, had a sword thrown at him, Kess tackled him, and then before he could figure out what the fuck was going on, Boon attacks Kess.
You think you're having a bad day? Poor Clive.
Clive is just a sweet country boy who wants to kill a vampire lord and didn't sign up for any of this shit.
Jesus.
So I'm possessed. Am I hearing any sort of demonic entity in my head?
No, no. So Clive, you doing anything?
No, not at the moment.
Alright. Navari.
Okay, well, Navari heard the kid say to smack Sybil. So she's gonna do that because...
Please slap the spit out of Sybil.
Yeah, she's just gonna, like, try to slap her.
The power of Christ compounds.
Does she get advantage because Sybil is grappled?
Yeah.
How do I do this? I've never done this kind of...
Just
You should have
attack.
unarmed strike on your
Yeah,
actions.
Yeah, it's just unarmed strike.
Okay.
1d20
Which will
plus
just
strength
be,
modifier.
yeah,
What the fuck
1d20
is
plus
this?
strength.
Oh god.
And then
Plus-
damage is a d4.
Wait, what is this? +3? Okay, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You are proficient in punches, no matter who you are.
Everyone can throw hands.
Yeah.
And what, she has advantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she really
Alright.
wants to suck. Sybil
Roll
in the
damage.
face.
It's a d4 plus your strength.
Plus strength is nothing. So
D4.
oh, 1.
Alright, Sybil, roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay, natural 20.
Navari just gives her a
Alright.
big fucking slap in
Yeah.
the face. It's like, stop!
Except it does 1 damage, so how
Yeah.
big could it possibly
A little
Yeah, Sybil, it slaps the spirit out of you.
Enough for it to count.
You guys see a small puff of like blue smoke just wisp away from the side of Sybil's head, and Sybil, yeah, you're back to normal. Without a vest on, grappled by Minnow.
Who you
Sybil,
stabbed.
Yeah,
Sybil-
a bleeding Minnow.
It's fine.
Sybil blinks a little bit and she's like, hey guys, don't touch the book.
Oh,
Yeah!
Okay.
Okay!
Yeah, don't touch the fucking book.
Alright, so
Minnow,
that was
like,
fun.
casually.
Let's all
Oh,
go
hi,
home.
you're the one we're looking for, aren't you?
Yeah.
Before-
I'm assuming so.
Before Cass does anything else, she's gonna walk over to Clive and Boon. She's gonna kneel down.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna take off her gauntlet. And she's gonna extend a hand to Boon.
Clive has calmed Boon down at this point, but he's not looking at Kess. He's doing that thing where he won't make eye contact or even look at the person. He's sore right now. Kess is just gonna have to deal with it.
Oh.
You upset the dog.
What have we done?
Yeah,
Horrible things.
I don't fucking know.
All right. Well, Cass tells him that he's a, and then he did the right thing, and then she gets up, and then she's gonna walk over here.
All right. You see, now that everything's calmed down a little bit, you see a somewhat short kid trailing behind Maria. He's wearing pretty thick robes that have silver stitching in intricate patterns. And he's just bent over, huffing and puffing, and why did you touch the fucking book?
I don't know, why are you huffing and puffing? Some of us excel in fucking intelligence and some of us excel at running, like...
That's why they touched the fucking book. Does it answer the question?
Yeah, it does.
What
Well.
sort of... What deity is this temple to? Like, what is that book?
I don't know, but I feel like I got a few demons out, frankly.
That one's bleeding!
Minnow's gonna cautiously let Sybil go and step back.
Sybil's like, I mean, you seem reluctant to let me go, you can hold me for as long as you want. And then she waggles her big ass eyebrows.
Charming, Sybil.
She's...
Does
Meanwhile,
anybody
Minnow
need
bleeds.
healing?
She's just gonna be a little snarky with that, but step back and go where the wound is. Like, go pick up her shit. Process what happened.
Sybil's gonna try to find her vest and dust it off.
Does anyone look severely injured right now? Like...
No, we accomplished nothing throughout that whole fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kid looks at you, Navori, looks at you, Cass, and... Oh, you two are the religious of the bunch, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, well, temple to the Moon Maiden, or the Moon Mother, depending on who you're speaking to. That's her holy book. And you fucking touched it.
Yeah.
I guess she doesn't like anyone fucking touching it.
I feel like we've gotten... I feel like we thoroughly understand that we touched the book, so
Yeah,
can we move
you don't go
on
fucking
to...
touching other people's things. It's had a ward put around it,
Is there a reason you were here?
trying to retrieve the book.
That one.
Is there like a... Is it on a stone pedestal or a table? Or...
Yeah, it's on a table.
She's gonna pick up the table.
Yeah, she flips the table.
Uh,
Flip.
She wants to know if like the enchantment is on the book or like if the
Okay.
book is just in the enchantment.
You flip the table, and
Yeah.
the book rolls off, and the bubble remains around the book.
Well, now you just can't move the book.
You're making
And-
a mess.
Yes, doesn't look like she cares.
Does the book have some kind of purpose you're hoping?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it does abjuration. Are you an abjurer?
No, it doesn't do abjuration. It's a whole text. Oh. Listen, I've just got to get that book, alright?
Why?
I think
Why is
it's got something that can help me. My family.
With what?
I don't know, finding a way out of this mess.
That's
Oh,
what
well,
here's
guess
for.
what? We aren't from around here, and we want to get you out of this mess too.
Please don't help.
Too late.
Ah, shit.
You know anything about portals, or like where there might be a way to open one around here?
Nope, never heard the word in my life.
Insight check.
Can you say that a little more convincingly?
Let's see. Where'd it go? Here it is. 21.
It seems like he's never heard that word in his life.
To be expected.
Yeah, Navori kind of squints. He's like, well, I guess that checks out.
Did you make any progress on figuring out a way to remove it?
Yeah, I was getting somewhere, but I don't know how much has changed now that it was touched and then flipped.
Well, what were you thinking?
I was thinking there was a prayer I could utter. Make sure the
I
Moon
mean-
Maiden knows that I'm here to help and not steal her holy text.
Yeah, for what it's worth,
Holds up.
I feel like I got possessed, and then Kes got possessed, and I feel like she has ghosts to spare, so maybe nothing's changed.
You think she's watching this book?
I don't know. Hoping as much, but might also have just left something behind. Hoping she's watching, but not really putting much stock in that given everything. I just know that this enchantment's been in place, and it's the reason no one's touched the fucking book until now.
Is Sybil familiar with, like, the name the Moonweaver at all?
No.
Okay.
And it's the Moon Maiden or Mother. But no.
Yeah,
Moon
does-
Mother.
I'm guessing Navari isn't familiar with that either.
No.
Okay.
Cass has gotten some of her frustration out by flipping the table. She's satisfied that the book is now on the dusty ground, and she turns around and exits the temple.
Wait, I thought that the book was
This guy.
floating.
No, it fell and the bubbles just around it.
Oh.
Right, I guess I'll try and speak the prayer that I was studying and hope this didn't change much. I was almost done anyway.
Well, then why don't we just keep an eye out for you?
Yeah, whatever.
If it's any sort of ritual, might be
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
help
yeah.
you.
No, quiet. I don't like you. I don't know who you are. I don't like you.
Rude.
And he drops down to his knees and starts uttering things under his breath. And it takes the better part of 10 minutes before the bubble disperses with, like, the sound of shattering glass.
I love
Arya
this.
sighs.
He looks to the book, sighs, and picks it up. Now, is that so hard? Who the fuck are you, anyway? And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Perfect.
Yep. Well done, guys.
We
He didn't do
I love
anything.
that, like,
Good
we can
fucking
manage
God.
to avoid tons of combat, but we
We are
we gotta fight
are
with each other.
useless outside of combat.
Yep. It's fantastic.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see you next weekend, Internet.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.